Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? Welcome to the panel. I'm up here with the good fellas. I got my man Mars, Chilltown Hoops, Will in the house. Will talk sports, Mars talk sports, Chilltown Hoops. Y'all see the title of the show, Rising Stars Preview. Um, I gotta ask everybody in the room before we really deep dive into everything. What player out of this crop are you most excited about? Just in general.
It's gotta be Wemby, right?
If you want to be boring, I mean, sure.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm a pretty boring guy, so I mean, Wemby is definitely where I'd be going.
Meh.
In general, or for this game?
Well, you said who we're most excited to watch, right?
Yeah,
it's definitely Wemby. I mean, again, like every single time that the guy steps on the court, I'm just excited to watch him play. Like I never cared about Spurs games the season before, so now that he's here, like I found myself wanting to watch him a lot more. Definitely excited to see him play more.
So you watching this game strictly for Wemby?
Not strictly for Wemby, but he just who I'm most excited to see. And I think that his team wins it. I'm not too sure like how the format works. I hope that we get into that because it's a bit confusing. But I think what's he on Team Pal? So him, Brandon Miller, I think that's who I go with to win it. But he's who I'm most excited to watch.
Okay. Mars, Chilltown.
Imani Bates.
Is Bates
Would
in the
you like
game?
to elaborate?
He replaced Ron Hollands because Ron Hollands is injured, so he's one of the G-League representatives. So yeah, I'm curious to see that G-League team. They got Buzelis on the team, Mac McClung's there, and Imani Bates is there. So yeah, I'm most excited to see Imani Bates. See how many threes he can make. We'll see how's he gonna play. Blah blah blah. Because everyone's excited to see Wemby, but meh. I mean, he's gonna do some spectacular stuff, whether or not I'm looking for it anyway. So, yeah, I'm most excited for Imani Bates.
This kid in Utah, Ron, that kid in Utah that Mars turned me on to, Keontae George. Yes, Keontae George. I watched him last night when they played against the Warriors, cracking the long ball, getting to the rim. Him and J-Dub. J-Dub might go for 40 in this game, if I'm being honest. But this kid Keontae, this kid Keontae George.
Shout out to John Collins, by the way, selling that game. Sorry, but go ahead.
Is there anything else you want to mention about John Collins?
No, that's it. Just shout out to him for selling the game. Shout out to him for selling the game.
He did too, Mars. He straight sold it.
Yeah, shout out to him.
100%. He straight sold it. Oh my goodness. It was a one possession game. He threw the ball in the stands. My God. He knew he screwed up too.
Yeah.
He definitely knew he screwed up.
Damn, John. Bob, Big Axe. Who in this game are you most looking forward to?
In the Rising Star game?
Yep.
Okay. Keegan Murray.
This is his way of saying no one, really. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say
For
no
real.
No.
It's Keegan and no one else. That's how he's viewing this.
I'm super excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm super duper excited, Mars. Don't get me wrong. But there's only one person I'm turning the TV on for, and that's Keegan Murray. So he is the best player in the game. So I'm excited for him. Obviously.
I can't believe how much of a homer Ox is, yo. I see some dudes that's homers. Like even though Mars is a front runner, he'll get on with the crew and then bounce. But Ox is the epitome of a homer. 100%. He is riding with his man.
Who's better than Keegan Murray, Chilltown?
And I'm digging
Wembanyama.
Yes, Victor Wembanyama.
Well, yeah, I forgot about him.
Jalen Williams.
No, Jalen Williams is not. First of all, Jalen Williams is not better than Keegan Murray.
Yes, he is better than Keegan Murray.
No, Jalen Williams is not better than Keegan Murray. I'm
Cool with Paolo,
and I guess I'm cool. I'm cool with you too. No,
Chet.
Like Paolo and Wemby is where the love stops, Morris.
That's it. That's as far as we going. Love stops. Is Brandon Miller better than Keegan Murray?
No, chill, relax.
I'm asking a simple question, Big Ox.
But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like at first, I was kind of playing it, but now that I think about it and remember all the people that are playing, like this is going to be a good game. It's a lot of talent in this game. This last draft class is very good, very good. It's we spent so much time hyping Wemby and hyping like Chet that I think people are overlooking the rest of the draft class. It's a very good draft class. The sophomores are very good. J-Dub, Paolo, all the guys we just talked about. A lot of talent in this game. But, I mean, I'm only excited to watch Keegan Murray, just to be real. Call me a homer. That's cool.
We all are. Hey, Big Ox, I'm a homer when it comes to certain guys, too, so it ain't just you. I'm not going to sit here and say I can't believe it, because I am, too. You know how I feel about Jason Tatum. So, I mean, what we doing?
Right. I think it's the All-Star weekend, so I don't really expect too much good basketball, So it's just like if I'm watching, I'm just gonna watch to see how many threes Keegan puts up, or how many threes Wemby puts up, or something. It's one of those type games. So it's hard for me to get excited for All-Star weekend. I don't expect good basketball.
Speaking of not good basketball and young guys, are we going to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks losing to the Memphis Grizzlies G-League team? Are we really? Are we? Is that?
Hey, that Memphis team is hard to beat. I don't know. That Memphis team is hard to beat, man.
Which I got something brought to my attention just this morning, which I thought was interesting. That team that they played yesterday was full of a bunch of one and done guys, right? It was full of a bunch of one and done guys. Could the best team in the country beat the Milwaukee Bucks?
Oh my God.
The best college team?
Could the best team in the country beat the Milwaukee Bucks?
Who is the best team in the country?
Yeah,
that's you. I don't think so.
I don't think so neither.
They could beat them in like a one-off game, but
just one game, not a series. We ain't talking about a 7-game series. No, we're talking about one game.
I mean,
we ain't talking about a 7-game series.
No, in the series, it gets even worse.
Right, disgusting.
Like a one game. They might have a chance. Like, against anybody. It's basketball. It's basketball. So on one game, anybody could get hot. Anybody could beat anybody. Technically, technically anybody could beat anybody. But in the series, young boys is getting spanked.
They ain't get spanked last night, though.
Yeah, that's
not.
Hey, what did Juju say? He was saying shout out to Doc Rivers and what? I was watching a little clip, but it cut off. So bad reception.
He was probably praising him for being one of the greatest coaches of all time, and I mean.
Can we stop with the Doc Rivers, Mars? Can we stop with the Doc Rivers problem? Doc Rivers is not the problem here. The problem is the Milwaukee Bucks.
He's not part of it.
He might be. No. He's not. He's not what you think he is. Right. So
a bad coach.
Like, what do you mean by that, Joe? Like that he's not what you think.
Okay. So Doc comes in and he's now implementing his philosophy. So he's basically trying to change up everything that they're doing, even though when Adrian Griffin was there, what they were doing, one, they had one of the weakest schedules in the league. Two, they had Giannis masking a lot of stuff that what they were doing wrong. So now Doc is coming in implementing his system. He doesn't have the personnel to do it. So Brook Lopez having to deal with Drew Holiday and not switching ones and fives. Brook Lopez having to deal with playing his man and opening up and letting Drew Holiday get through screens, knowing he's going to fight around screens, instead of having Malik Beasley, him switching on to twos, because these guys won't fight over screens. These guys die on screens. These guys don't recover when they get beat. As opposed to when Grayson Allen was there, he was going to give that effort. Doc is trying to implement that kind of system, except he doesn't have the personnel to do it. So with that being said, is Doc really the problem here more than it is a personnel issue in Milwaukee? Because I'm thinking about Malik Beasley. When he was in Minnesota, what was Malik Beasley? He was a long ball shooter.
Yeah.
When he was in Los Angeles, what was he? He was a long ball shooter.
A fake shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
Now he comes to Milwaukee, and all of a sudden, we expect him to be a defender. No, he's never been that, and he's never going to be that. Damian Lillard, when he was in Portland, what was he? He was a bucket getter. He was a distributor. He was a late game closer. But what wasn't he ever? He was never a defender. So now we're going to put these two dudes together, and now this is a championship unit. See, the difference with Boston is when Boston replaced Robert Williams with KP, they replaced some of the defense. They didn't lose all of it. KP is still a paint presence. He will protect the rim. In addition to protecting the rim, he will rebound. And on top of that, he will give you more offense than what Robert Williams gave you. You don't lose everything. When you take Drew Holiday out of that lineup, you lose everything defensively. You take Grayson Allen out of that lineup, you lose everything on this crew defensively. This is not a Doc Rivers issue. This is a personnel issue, and Doc Rivers is trying to make this right. And because of Doc Rivers' failures in the past, it looks like Doc sucks. When in reality, it's definitely more of a Milwaukee issue than it is a Doc Rivers issue.
So this don't look like they suck. This don't look like Doc Rivers sucks. You can't have Damian Lillard and Giannis on your team and lose to these guys and expect it. That's not a coaching situation. Like they can't lose to them. You know what I'm saying? Like this reminds me of the Clippers when James Harden got there and they lost 6 games straight or whatever, and everybody was saying, "Oh, James Harden's ruining the team," even though they only beat Houston and San Antonio before that. Like this is not Doc Rivers' fault. And on top of that, it'll be okay. They'll get it together. Like you said, Chilton, he's trying to implement things that they weren't doing. It just takes some time to get it together.
Mm-hmm. If Doc Rivers knew there was a personnel issue, why would he take the job?
I'll tell you why, Mars. I'm glad you brought that up. I think that Doc Rivers was their guy right from the beginning. But the way that the season ended in Philly, they couldn't hire him. So they brought him on as a consultant. I think he wanted the job, and I think he wanted to implement a lot of his systems, and some trades could have possibly been made then. But now that when he's now on the roster, what direction could they go once they got rid of Adrian Griffin? You can't bring somebody else in when you got Doc Rivers, who was consulting. You have to hire Doc, and he has to take the job. There is no other way. There is no other way of getting around it.
And I think like when you look at that team on paper,
and on top of that, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but on top of that, this isn't a 1-year thing. I think this team, with this season, this is a 3-year window. This is what they have to win it. I think they got 3 years to win it. When these 3 years are up, if they don't win it within these 3 years, I think this thing is over.
Wait, but in 3 years, Dame's gonna be like what, 37? You still think that he's playing at like a real high level?
He's playing at a high level now. Like
so they got this year, next year, and the year after that. That's what they have.
I think they only got this year and maybe
next year, and the year after that.
They barely got this year.
Here's what you guys are under the impression. You guys are under the impression that this group is going to stay together. Middleton's not going to be there. They're going to move on from Brook Lopez. They got to revamp this roster. Beasley's not going to continue to be there. They have to. Mars, you are the epitome of building around a guy's weaknesses. Yeah. And if Dame is going to be there, I think he's under contract for 3 more years. We have to build around his weaknesses. And like I just told you, this is a personnel issue. And the way that this team is currently constructed, because Dame, and let's not act like Dame is 12 a game. He's still 25-6. But what we have to do is we have to protect him more, because what we have right now does not protect him. Think about Dame as a quarterback, and he's not very mobile, and you got a terrible offensive line. And now that's getting exposed, because every time you turn around, Dame getting flushed out the pocket and he getting sacked. Well, you got to get a better offensive line around him, as opposed to continue and just expect him to figure it out and illuminate his weaknesses, because that's what you're doing right now. And with the Milwaukee Bucks, I don't expect this roster to be what it is right now. No, because what it is right now, what I told you guys a month ago, the Milwaukee Bucks are fool's gold.
Team's cooked.
So if you're the Bucks, and if you could not do that trade, you wouldn't do it? Let's say you didn't like the time.
Well, they won the NBA championship with the roster that they had. The problem was Middleton wasn't healthy. That was it. That was the biggest problem. Middleton wasn't healthy. And I'm so not, Will, if you know anything about me, you'll know that I'm a big fan of in-between guys. Those are the dirty work guys. Because for every James, for every Giannis, for every Luka, I believe Phil Jackson said it best. You got piano movers and you got piano players. James, Giannis, those guys are the piano players. Who are the guys carrying the couch up the stairs? Who is those guys? And when you trade Damian Lillard and you trade Drew Holiday, that's all of your defense on the perimeter, not some of it. That's all of it. And you're not getting any of that back. I'm not sure that if I'm trading Drew Holiday and I'm trading for Damian Lillard, I got to shore up some of that defense. So would I do it? I wouldn't do it like that. No, I wouldn't.
I thought it was a good trade. I didn't think Dame was going to be this bad.
Yeah, like I agree with Mars.
Is he bad?
Mars.
Is he bad though, Mars, or is it what he's not good at? Is he bad, Mars, or what is he not good at now? Just getting illuminated because he can still play. It's obvious he can still play.
For what they needed last year's Dame on this team. So I thought that's what they was getting. One of the best pick and roll players in the NBA, someone who can shoot consistently from three, will make wide open shots, who you can't help off on Giannis drives. But they don't have that. They have the most inefficient Dame we've ever seen. And yeah, he's scoring, but he's not providing the value he was meant to provide to make up for the fact that I knew the defense wasn't going to be good. My whole idea was this team can compete because with Dame and Giannis, the offense is going to be unstoppable. Now, I will say the Bucks offense has been good, but it hasn't been good enough to take over the fact that I knew their defense was going to be bad. So if Dame was playing at last year's level, I would believe in this team, but he's not. But maybe he's not playing at that level because he's being made to play defense this year, and he can't play defense and offense.
That's why
he can't play defense. He just can't play defense, Mars. It's not that you can't play defense and offense. Yo, Will, you wasn't around yet, right? But as soon as this trade went down, they talked about me bad, Will. They talked about me bad. They talked about Damo bad. I'm talking about Ticket got they was calling us everything but a child of God. I'm talking about they talked about us bad, Will. Why? Because I simply stated a point. The Milwaukee Bucks traded a top 5 perimeter defender for a top 5 all-time chucker. Oh, you're a hater. You hate Giannis. You're a hater. You don't know ball. Bub, shut up. Kick Ox off the show. He's an idiot. He doesn't know ball. You just can't win like this. You can't win like this. Dame, bro. Will, did you hear? I mean, you said you worked with Bleacher Report, right?
Yeah.
Dame, or Will, I'm sorry. Were you the one who put out the clip when Dame said, what are we going to do? Let him score 50 or let me make 9 threes? That right there was all we needed to hear. Damn, you out here trying to make 9 threes? Why don't you guard somebody? Weak ass nigga. Man,
well, Mars,
crazy.
Mars, you actually brought up a point, Mars, and that's exactly where I was going with it. I have never seen, since Dame has been in the league, even as a rookie, I have never seen guys go after him like these guys go after him today. Tyrese Halliburton looks at him like he's a bucket of extra crispy. This dude can't stay in front of him. Jaylen Brunson is for real looking at him like I'm better than him. I am better than him. And if we have to see these guys, no matter when we see them, I am going to outplay him. When you have guys like that, Drew Holiday already put him in prison and put a 15-year sentence on him. We already saw that. In the playoffs, we saw that. So there has to be that attitude. Now he's in the East. There has to be that attitude that generates with the rest of the guys. Once Halliburton did it, now it just filters down to everybody else. Well, if he could serve him, and I'm nice like that, I might not be nice as him, but I'm nice like that, I'll bust his ass too. And then now it just filters down to everybody. And whatever's wrong with the Milwaukee Bucks, which is their perimeter defense, it just gets highlighted. And it starts with Damian Lillard right from the beginning. I don't think, Mars, even if you got the shooter, even if you got the scorer that Damian Lillard was, I don't ever remember anybody attacking him and looking at him as inferior as they do today.
No, maybe it's because that team wasn't contending, so you didn't really need to do too much. Whereas when you're on a contending team, in order to be a contending team, you have to exploit their weaknesses. When you're playing for the Portland Trailblazers, teams will probably just beat you just by playing their game without really doing too much extra. But now you're going against the Bucks. It's like, okay, game plan. Okay, we got to get Dame on the island. You know he can't switch. You know he can't play off-ball defense. Exploit him. He's going to be cooked. So I think maybe him playing on a good team is hurting him because teams are more focused against the Bucks than they would be against the Trailblazers in regular season games. And then in the playoffs, it's going to get even worse because,
oh my God.
Yeah.
But I still do like the trade though. Like, I think for the Bucks, I think that was a good trade at the time. I mean, maybe they could have asked for Matisse Thybulle or something, but to me, like that was a good trade because I thought that you had 2 top 10 players in the NBA that complement each other's game. But I guess it's because like what Mars is saying that when you're on the Trailblazers, like you're going to be losing more games than not, anyways. So maybe I didn't even think about the defensive inadequacies that Dame has. But to me, I still like the move. And I do think the second half of the season, I think they'll improve for sure. Like, I don't think that they're going to keep looking this bad the entire season.
Just so you know, Will, they have one of the hardest schedules in this last 28 games of the season. They have one of the most difficult schedules in the league. That's why you saw that 30-13 to start the season. That first half of the season, they had one of the easiest schedules in the league. This second half of the season, they have one of the most difficult schedules, and you have teams that are going to hunt Damian Lillard more times than not. Now, don't get me wrong. Dame could still shoot the basketball. He could still get downhill. He's still Dame time from time to time. But I don't think that I've seen a time where guys go after him like this. And to Mars's point, Mars, when you brought up because he was in Portland. Well, wait a minute, Mars. When he was in Portland, he was on really good teams. The fact that he's on an even better team with better talent now, and he's getting illuminated about what he doesn't do. Why weren't they doing that before? Like, we saw Curry go after him, and we knew that Curry was better than him. Russ was just a bull in a china shop, and Dame just knew that he could outplay him just by getting in his head. We already knew that part, but Steph Curry showed that he could outplay him, and there were other guys also. When I think about what Milwaukee is doing, this is a personnel issue more than anything, and if they want to contend for the NBA championship, this roster has to be changed to be more conducive to who Dame is more than anything.
So then, do you think the players and coaches then are being scapegoated for the GM who made the trade or who didn't make any other moves? I guess.
No, Will. It's Giannis. Will. It's Giannis.
Wait, why is it Giannis?
Because he's a coach killer. He's a cancer. He sold Drew. He sold Drew and then tried to pretend to the world that he had nothing to do about it. Oh, I didn't even know what was happening. I was asleep. Man, it's Giannis, Will.
Big Ox, you think he said that? Big Ox, you think he okayed that?
Nah,
like, why would I
about the trade?
For y'all to think that they didn't have to run that by Giannis, you guys are being extremely naive. And that's a fact. Naive is a nice word for what I want to say. There is no way that y'all are gonna buy that Giannis just has nothing to do with anything, that they don't run anything by Giannis. Giannis is proving. Giannis has been, what is it, February? When that trade went down? Like August, September?
It was in the summer. It
was training.
February, January, December, November, October, September. So for the past 7 months, Giannis is showing his true colors. I've been trying to tell y'all for over a year now. Giannis is not who you think he is. Okay. First of all, shout out. First of all, let me shout out Ticket TV because I was giving him some pushback on the fact that maybe Thanasis and his brother shouldn't have roster spots. But that shows one thing right there. He's trying to put the Milwaukee Bucks organization in the dirt by trying to run the organization. First of all, get your brothers out of here, okay? Are you know that the nepotism is crazy now. Okay, it's gone too far. Not only that, now you're trying to kick, you fired. You got your coach fired. Y'all hear that echo?
I do.
Look, you got your coach fired and tried to blame it on Bobby Portis. You brought Drew. Drew came over here and got you a ring, and you sold him for a top 5 chucker of all time. Man, I'm trying to tell you. It's Giannis. It's not the GM.
I mean, if you remember, Giannis drafted Dame in the All-Star game over Drew Holiday.
Numero uno.
That was the first time.
Because, excuse my language, y'all, he's an asshole.
Well, I mean, wait,
aren't they all though?
Nah. We all know the unwritten rule with the captains is if your teammate is on the bench, that's your first pick off the bench. It happened every single time. Giannis went and broke that rule when he was drafted next to LeBron and went and took Dame. And then LeBron was like, oh, wow, I didn't know he was going to do that. Because no one thought he was going to do that. Because everyone knows you take your teammate. Because that's the rules. Not written rules, but that's the rules. And Giannis was like, nah, let me get my guy Damian Lillard. The only other person who didn't do it was KD with James Harden when James Harden was requesting a trade. So that should have been the writing on the wall right there. Mm-hmm. The only other person who didn't take their teammate first was the person who didn't want their teammate on the team. So...
Morris, LeBron would never.
And if LeBron did, we would have been talking about it for 2 weeks.
Oh, for sure.
So
We would have to.
So hey man, Giannis been ducking the narratives. I'm just saying he's been ducking the narratives.
Nah, Ox, but I think that you're being a bit too harsh on Giannis though, man. Like to me, I feel like he's just trying to maximize the Bucks championship window. And I think most people, right? Not everybody, but I think most people would have agreed that trade for Dame was a good move. I don't really see the problem with it.
Nobody that really thought about it. Like when it happened, everybody was just so hyped about it because it's Dame. We get so hyped about names nowadays. And I tried to tell y'all when it happened, y'all got to relax, take a step back, take a deep breath, and look at what's going on with this organization. The loss of Grayson Allen is a tremendous loss. Like we hear.
Oh, now you want to talk about Grayson Allen? Oh, now you want to bring up Grayson Allen? Nah. You wanted to bring up Ticket, so now I'm gonna bring. Hey, I'm gonna do exactly what Ticket to do in this type of situation. Y'all gonna overlook everything.
What's happening?
Y'all gonna overlook just everything. I just sat here and let y'all talk for 26 minutes. I ain't said nothing yet.
What's going on?
I said that when it happened, Ron. We can go back and look at it.
No. I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about right now.
What are you talking about precisely? Exactly.
I'm talking about right now.
What are you talking about? What's happening right now, Ron?
Why did Grayson Allen get you animated?
Number 3.
Yeah, how did that set you off?
But no, everything that you guys have said has set me off because it's bullshit. They're
What's
number
bullshit
3 in the East. Giannis is averaging 31, 11, and 7, having one of the best years of his career. Damian Lillard, okay, he could play better. Which I can bet my bottom dollar that all of you expect him to play better from here.
Are you okay right now?
No, I'm not okay right now. I don't like the cap, especially from them stupid bricks in the top right corner. I'm not liking this right now. I'm not, because it's the number 3 team in the East.
So what, Ron? You can be high in the standards and be fool's gold. That could happen. You sitting there like we haven't seen teams that have been high in the standards and they get into the playoffs and then
it doesn't believe in OKC and they're number 2 in the West. So it's not about seeding. It's not about seeding.
Right. What are you talking about?
Why don't I believe in OKC?
It's because this team has Giannis. Why don't I believe in OKC? If Giannis exists, the Bucks have a chance. That's his whole argument.
It's not just
his argument is going to be the Bucks have Giannis. If Giannis is there and Dame's another superstar, you can't bet against them. It's the same reason he believes in the Warriors.
Hey, Ron.
Ignore all the signs that are telling you, hey,
everything.
There's a big red flashing light. Danger. But no, there's a pretty woman on the other side. So let me just go and risk it. That's Bron's ideology.
I can do this with any team in the NBA. Chat,
no, you
give
can't,
me a team.
You're not, though, Ron.
Give me a team.
You're not.
You know what, Chill? I'm glad you said that. We're taking a first class red eye straight to Boston right now.
A flight to Boston?
Yes, yeah. See, I like to address the elephant in the room.
I'll
walk to the biggest dude in the room and talk mess to him. I'll try to take his girl. I'm not just gonna pick on somebody that got clear in the field.
So let's address the biggest elephant in the room.
Let's go to Boston. Right. Bad fit. Your 2 superstars, bad fits. They don't fit together.
How?
What do you mean how?
Don't do this, Ron. Don't do this.
Now all of a sudden they fit well.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden they complement each other. Now, what do you mean? Why don't they work? See, now, hey, chat. Now everybody wants to act like they're a good fit. Mars, you don't have anything to say?
No,
Mars, you don't have nothing to say? No, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they fit together?
Keep going, together? I don't think they're a great fit. Carry on. I don't think they're a great fit.
Get to the bright lights. Mars, you said something about danger, right? Wee. Get to the brightest stage in the world. Hey, Ox, what, silver dollars? Their eyes get as big as their heads.
Yeah, when Jimmy come around, when Jimmy come around, that's when Jimmy come around. Right? That's not all the time. That's only when Jimmy come around.
Is Jimmy not going to come around? So now they're not going to see Jimmy.
You don't got to down the Celtics just to big up the Bucks, bro. Relax.
Because last I checked, when Giannis at the end of the game, that free throw line is kryptonite. That free throw line is radioactive. He does not want to go to that free throw line.
And the 3-point line is radioactive when it's time for Jason Tatum to do something. It gets very radioactive. When it's time, and when the game is on the line and it's time for Jason Tatum to be him, when it's time for Jason Tatum to be top 5, better than KD, better than Devin Booker, better than SGA, better than LeBron, shall I keep going? Better than AD, better than all of these guys.
Imagine having the highest score in Game 7 in history, and people question your ability to get done with the game on the line.
Wait, Ron, so you don't like Tatum?
What did he do?
Then he lost in the next
No,
round.
he's overrated. That's the problem. I like Jason Tatum.
He just overrated. He can't take us holding the Bucks accountable and us calling Giannis out. Since we called Giannis out,
I've heard Ron come up with some whack ass logic.
Got a little sensitive about the Celtics.
No, I'm trying to say we can do this about every team.
We can't. The reason why we can't, because since you brought up Jason Tatum, how about last year in the playoffs, right? Since you want to bring up Jason Tatum and being able to perform in the playoffs, how about last year in the playoffs in an elimination game in Game 6 in Philadelphia? He doesn't come up with them 16 points in the fourth quarter, knocking those threes down. They're out, gone. Series is over.
And then what did he do in Game 7, Joe? What did he do in Game 7?
And he compounded that by going for 51 in Game 7. How about we rewind the clock back to the year before that? They're in an elimination game in Milwaukee. They lose to Milwaukee in Game 6. They're out. Jason Tatum goes in there and puts 46 on them, and they win that game. When you're talking about a guy being able to perform, he's shown you that he can do that, Ron. Don't say that he can't do it, because he's shown you that he can do it. There's no question that he can. Now, sure, he didn't perform well in the finals, but he has shown you that he will get busy in the playoffs. It's not like he's failed ridiculously all the time. That's not true.
I said bad fit.
Okay, so let's just.
I said bad fit. So when JT shows up, where's the other one?
Who you talking about?
You know what? You know what? Speaking of ticket, it's like ticket in. What was his name, Mars? The ticket stand.
Henry.
It's like Ticket and Henry. You've never seen him in the same room at the same time.
Oh, you're lying.
Never seen him in the same chat at the same time. Hey, look. Jason Tatum is Ticket. Jaylen Brown is Henry.
Yo, all right, bro.
They're never there at the same time.
Yo, Morris.
You see Jaylen? You see Jaylen? He's there. Jaylen, you're here. Wow, it's good to see you, Henry.
I do it. I got the power.
Here comes Jason. Oh, it's nice to see you, Ticket. You never see him at the same time.
Get him out of here.
Why can't they both perform at the same time? Why?
You went too far, Ron. You went too far.
Ron, the point.
Hey, but real quick.
What? Bring up Henry?
Bring up Jaylen.
You guys know Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have the most 30-point games together as a duo.
Oh my God!
I tried to tell y'all the last week. I wasn't on the show. I couldn't because y'all. I think who was on here talking about? Oh, they're the worst duo all time. Like they don't get down together. But real quick though, Ron.
Just so you know, Ron. Keep going on. Keep going on.
Ron. Speaking of Ticket, when y'all gonna pay his bill?
Anyway.
Can you send me back to hell?
Yo, Ron,
send me back to hell.
Hey, Ron, when you gonna
Farts, I'm begging you. Get me out of here.
Ron,
my time yet. Looks like it's
statute of limitations ain't up. I can't.
Can we get on what Miles one more time, because I don't think they heard you in the back.
Oh yeah, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have the most games for a duo of each scoring 30 in the same game ever. So more than MJ and Scottie Pippen, more than Kobe and Shaq, more than Steph and KD, more than whatever duo you want to think of.
Moses and
Jerry West and Elgin Baylor, whoever you want to think of.
But if they don't find a way to win a chip together, then all that really doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't. That's a fact.
It does when the person makes the point of they can't play well at the same time.
Yeah, but maybe that means that they're just not a good fit if they can't get a chip. I think that's what expectations for the.
Is that what those two things are not the same. If you don't win a championship, you're just a bad fit.
Yeah, those two things are not the same. If we don't win,
I think that it is because that's what the Celtics are relying on. Is
really?
Those two guys
Stockton and Malone? So Stockton and Malone were a bad fit.
Say it again.
So Stockton and Malone were a bad fit.
You don't win a chip, to me, you're a bad fit. Like if this is what we're relying on to win a championship,
our organization, that take is what you want co-signing you.
Well, that's an amazing.
You got to do better than that.
What do you mean? You got to do better than that? No,
we're gonna get that on the shirt.
Saying that they are but I'm not saying that they are a bad fit because their story's not done yet. They could win a chip this year or next. But I'm saying, let's say if the money gets too much and then one of them has to leave, then I get it. They scored the most 30-point games as a duo, but it all meant nothing. Finals.
I hear that, Will. But this is
I do you made the finals, but you lost it. No, nobody cares about coming second place.
I do agree with the fact that if the Celtics don't win it this year, they'll probably think about moving Jaylen. just because they're going to end up, just because of how much money they're going to end up paying him and Jason together. I think they have to win this year in order for the upper management to keep thinking. But I wouldn't break it up. I love this fit, and the thing about it too, it's not so much them. It's the addition of Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. I think that is going to put them over the top. I think that's where they win this year. Not based on those two, because like you said, we've seen them two together. We've seen them perform together. We've seen the 30+ together, all that. Like, they're clearly a very good duo, but they just need something else. And I think Jrue Holiday and Kristaps is that something else.
Yo, Ox. So who do you think is Jason Tatum's backup dancer and who's Jaylen Brown's? Is it like does Jrue got Jason and Porzingis got Jaylen? So it's like, Jaylen, if you don't show up, Jrue, you got him, and we need you to show up tonight. And Porzingis, if you have to show up if Jason don't show up.
No, Ron. I don't think that's how it works. I think that
just covers everybody.
I think they just play basketball, bro. I don't think they worry about, well, if he doesn't show up to Kristaps, you got to play ball. I just think they just got to play basketball. That's all. It's real simple. We don't got to make it. Yeah, we don't got to make it harder than it is.
Show up and play basketball, and we ignore everything else that's going on. We're just good enough to roll the ball out, and nobody's concerned about the Celtics.
Absolutely, every team. Ron, you mentioned it.
No. Every team what?
Every team has flaws. 100%. Every last one of these teams has flaws. However, that there are teams who have more flaws than others. And there's other teams whose flaws are more glaring than others. The Milwaukee Bucks, their flaws are way more glaring than the Boston Celtics because how good that team is. Way more. Just like the logic with Dame. How good was Dame? Dame was good. Dame was awesome because of how they were able to protect him. They ain't able to do that in Milwaukee. So his flaws defensively, they're illuminated. You see him all over the place. All over the place. Wait till the playoffs start. How they going to hunt him? How they going to go after him?
But I do want to say, though, when it comes to like Giannis and the Bucks, I think that Giannis, he does have some credit in the bank for us to believe that they may be able to turn it around.
Because he won it.
Yeah,
sure.
So
I can give it that.
I get it. Sure. Like, they don't look good right now. But again, like people say that they're cooked. I don't think it's over just yet. Come on, people. I think it's a bit too early to be saying that.
Because they have Giannis.
Well, yeah, I mean,
nasty. What do you mean?
But that's the privilege that you get when you got a top 5 player on your team.
Yeah, and that's why we end up having these problems where people will blindly ignore blatant flaws in teams because they have a superstar and say, well, he can just get it done. And then they inevitably end up losing. And then that superstar will get blamed for not getting it done. We can clearly see, unless you're blind, this team is superbly flawed. But if we just say, well, they have Giannis, they can figure it out, and then they don't figure it out because the team is flawed, they're going to say Giannis didn't get it done. And then Giannis is going to get blamed. And then Giannis is going to, well, Giannis isn't that good. If he was that good, he would have figured it out. And that's how you end up in a situation where you start blaming players for things that aren't their fault.
But Giannis should be blamed because
that's the problem.
No,
you just said we know the team's flawed, but they have Giannis, so we should believe. And then when Giannis doesn't do it, we need to blame Giannis. You shouldn't believe
because if they go and win, then Giannis gets all the credit, right?
And so he shouldn't get all the credit.
Okay, but then if you fail, then you should also take most of the blame. It's like the NFL.
You shouldn't get all the credit, and you shouldn't get all the blame. Why do you have to do both?
Say it again.
You shouldn't get all the credit when you win. That's stupid. You shouldn't get all the blame when you lose.
That's the reality of the situation. But that's how it is. That is how it is.
And you're participating in it. So you're being stupid.
Well, wait a minute, Mars.
Wait a minute, realistic because when you have a top 5 player, they usually get all the blame, and then when things go right, they usually get all the credit.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you?
So Mars,
it doesn't have to make sense. That's just how sports media works. That's literally how it works. When things go right for the Lakers, Bron gets all the praise. When things go bad, it's should Bron leave? Like, it's why. This is how it goes when you're a player of a certain caliber. That's just the expectations that come with it. I don't know what to tell you.
But Mars, wait a minute. When you have a team that is flawed, and in the process of them being flawed, their best player can mask their flaws, and he can actually throw them on his back and take them to the championship and actually win it. Would that not make that player more spotlighted because he can mask their flaws? I mean, I know it works both ways because if this player is that good, that he can mask a lot of their flaws and they can win despite all of these flaws we talk about. Doesn't that make him even more highlighted?
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't give Giannis a lion's share of the credit. Like if
Right.
Giannis, because if their defense is that cooked and then Giannis starts playing the best help side rim protection you've ever seen, giving up nothing at the rim after his whole team gets blown by, and he's breaking up every single play, and then on offense, him and Dame in the pick and roll is unstoppable in it. We can ignore the fact that Brook Lopez looks like a shell of himself on both sides of the ball. Sure, give Giannis credit, whatever. But the idea that just because how it's always been is how it's always been, so we shouldn't acknowledge how stupid it is dumb. Like there's so many analogies I could point to prove the idea of, well, it's always been this way, so I guess we just have to keep going that way is stupid. Historically,
what are we gonna do? Sit
that's
here and
stupid.
change how sports media
Take it away from
talk about their
basketball.
narrative?
The consequences of that line of thinking is stupid. The idea that, well, it's always been that way, so why should it change? Is
Bro,
dumb.
don't be
Everyone,
extreme.
I'm gonna let
with
your
the example.
imaginations
Let's
run
stick to
wild.
sports.
Just think
That's
of
just how it is,
situations
bro.
you could apply that to. Think of situations you could apply the line of thinking of, it's always been that way, so we shouldn't change it. Just think
Okay,
about
yes.
all the
But if you want to
consequences
use those
of that
certain
ideology.
examples
Think
in
about it.
general life like settings, then yes, those
It's
are yes,
stupid
it's a
in
crazy take.
basketball too.
No, it's not. No, it's
Why
not.
not? Why
when,
not?
Yo, when you're a top 5 player, there's a level of expectation that's placed on you. When
Why?
things go wrong, I'm not
Why?
saying that it's fair, but when
You're the
things
best
go
player,
wrong,
Mars.
you're
the best
gonna get
player on the
blamed.
team. You're the best player on
And
the team.
oh my god, this doesn't make sense.
In what sport
Your
do the
argument
best
is-
players not get
Will's
blamed
whole argument
if their
is
team fails? In
We've
what sport
given
does
people
that not
all the
happen?
credit before, so we need to keep doing the same thing now. It was stupid when they were doing it for Magic Johnson and Kareem and Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. It was stupid when they were doing it for MJ and Kobe and Shaq. It was stupid when they were doing it for LeBron. It was stupid when they were doing it for Steph. And it's stupid now when we're doing it with Giannis. It's been stupid for 60 years. The idea that because it's been happening for 60 years, it should just keep happening because that's just how it's been is dumb.
But the conversation isn't if it's stupid or right. I'm just telling you what it is. Nobody.
And I'm
said
asking
that's
you,
how
how
it
do
is.
you feel about it? And you're doing the same thing. So if you don't think it's stupid, I'm going to disagree with you. If you
Mars, what
agree it's stupid,
But I
you
think that
still
it's
do it
fair
because that's how
because
it is,
again, the
I'm gonna
top
disagree
players.
with you.
But it's fair because the top players usually get a lion's share of the credit. So I think it's
you're
only
missing my
right.
point. Okay,
for them
I'm
to get
going
a
to
lot-
ask this again. Will, do you think it makes sense for
I
the
think it
players to
does.
get all the credit and all the blame?
I think no, not all, not 100%, but a majority. Yes,
Okay, so
because without Giannis on that Bucks team,
you
then
contribute
you're
to
not
this
in the
model.
conversation to win anything.
So you
So he is
contribute
going to
to
get
this.
most of the
You
credit.
contribute to this model that's been going on of you give the player the best player the majority of the credit and you give them the majority of the blame when they lose. You're an active participant in that ideology. You.
Yeah, because it's fair. It's fair to me.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
forget what the media do. Forget all of them. We don't care about them. We're talking about
Okay.
us. You think that's fine, right?
it's fair. Yes, because
Okay.
if they
And
win,
I think
hold
that's
on,
stupid.
because no, wait, hold on, wait. But if they win, Giannis gets most of the credit. He's the most talking points. So if they
And I think
lose,
that's stupid.
I think he should also get most of the blame. You can't get most of the credit, but then when things go wrong,
You're missing
it's,
my point.
oh, it's this false. No,
And I'm
Mars,
saying
I
he should
understand-
get,
I-
and
I-
I'm saying he
I-
should get
I
neither.
understand your-
And
I
I'm
understand
saying he
your
should
point.
get neither. I'm saying when they win, you don't give him most of the credit, and when they lose, you don't give him most of the blame. It's neither. I'm saying
all right. So let me ask you.
it's
All right,
neither.
Mars. So let me ask
That's
you a
what I'm
question.
saying.
All right. So let me ask you a question. In what team sport do the best players not generally get a majority of the credit when things go right and a majority of the disapproval when things go wrong? And what
Once
team
again,
sport?
I'm
is that not
gonna
happening?
answer. Yeah, I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
In no team sport that I know of, none. And guess what I'm gonna say? In every single team sport that acts the same way as the NBA, I call it stupid. We spoke about the Super Bowl a couple days ago. I said it's stupid to give Patrick Mahomes the lion's share of the credit when he doesn't even play defense, and he wouldn't have won the Super Bowl if that guy didn't miss a field goal. It's stupid to me that all the media outlets and people like you and like other people who do it will just give one player the majority of the credit because they're the best player, ignoring everything else that happens that allows them to be able to be successful. I say that all the time. It's not just about basketball, it's about every sport. I wholeheartedly believe it
but
makes
Mars,
no sense.
Mars, right
Wholeheartedly.
quick. Patrick Mahomes won that Super Bowl.
Good for him.
Proceed.
So did Travis Kelce. So did
Thank you, Mars. Travis Kelce.
So did
Wait,
the
but here's the
Chiefs-
thing, though.
So did the
If
Chiefs
Travis
defense.
Mahomes is
So
not
did
the
that
Chiefs
kicker who made
quarterback,
that
they're not in the
50-yard
Super
field
Bowl.
goal. All of them. All of
Patrick
them.
Mahomes. Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes.
and you
did
can
that.
do that, and I'm
Mahomes
gonna
is
call
not
it
their
stupid.
quarterback. They don't even make it there. So he has to
Mars,
get
you-
And
Mars, and-
without the defense, they don't make it there. Once again, my whole
So Mars,
point
if we
is gonna
doing
be, I
that, so
can't
Mars,
give
if we're
one
doing that,
person
no,
the lion's share
Mars,
of the credit. I
no,
can't do that.
So if that's the truth, then Mars, then your logic doesn't work because 1 minute you're telling me, 1 minute you're individualizing basketball, where you're telling me that this guy is better at basketball than this guy, which
you can tell
matters.
Which players are better than others, and also
Right,
understand
which
the better
matters.
player doesn't always beat
Yeah.
the other better player because of the
Absolutely.
team.
However, that does matter when you're trying to win. That does matter when you're trying to win, which means that we individualize this guy who's the most important in us winning. So when you do something like that, if you're telling me that, Mars, then we can't individualize players. We can't do that.
You can be the best player to ever play. If you're playing with me, you, Ops, and Will, you're not winning. Like, I don't.
We're getting the
don't
ring. We're getting the ring.
How
Stop
we
it.
don't
Stop
understand that.
First of all, Mars.
If you
First
have
of
the
all,
Avengers
Mars,
on one
respect
side,
me,
if you have the
and
2017
Will.
Golden State Warriors, and then you have LeBron James with 4 me's, he ain't gonna win. That doesn't mean he's not the best player. That would be stupid. I don't understand how we can clearly see. I can clearly understand. Player A is better than player B.
Right.
Cool. Player A's team is worse than player B's team. That does not mean player B is now better than player A because player B's team beat player A's team.
Wait, but why are you talking about who's better?
Okay, I get
Why
that part.
Because he just said I'm individualizing basketball and understand players are better. So
Right.
I'm addressing
Okay.
that point by saying
Okay.
the better player can be the better
Right.
player, win, lose,
So
or draw.
So let me ask you this question then, Mars. So if player B, his team is inferior to player A, but player B's team beat player A's team, how are we talking about player B?
Well, it depends on how well everyone plays on the team.
One more time, Mars. More than likely, player B had a lot to do with them winning. More than likely he did.
You know what? This is perfect. This right here is the reason why Jimmy Butler got too much praise last year. This stuff right here, because everyone was like, the Miami Heat team is so inferior, and Jimmy Butler is just carrying them. And then when you watch the series unfold,
which wasn't true. It wasn't true.
wasn't true.
Hey, hold on, wait.
But
It was
here
not
we
true.
are
It was not
doing
true.
the same thing again.
No, Mars, because you just brought up. You just brought up. No, Mars, that doesn't work because you just. No, Mars. The reason why that doesn't work, Mars. No, Mars, that doesn't work, and the reason why that doesn't work, Mars, you just said player B, his team is inferior to player A. So if the Golden State Warriors lose to the Cavs with James, that 17 team, how are we talking about player B, Mars? Because it's more than likely that player B outplayed.
It depends on the context. How did Kyrie play? How did Kevin Love play? What was Tyronn Lue's coaching adjustments? How did the Warriors play? Did Steph Curry just fold? Did KD just fold? Did Klay Thompson shoot 0% from 3? Did the Cavs make tremendous adjustments? Did J.R. Smith shoot 100% from 3 on 9 attempts a game? What else happened in the series? The idea that we just have to simplify it to, well, this team is worse. This team is better on paper. LeBron James is the best player, and he managed to beat the more superior team. So that must mean LeBron James was the reason they won. No, like,
but wait, but Mars, let me ask you a question.
See how it happened. That stuff is right. When we were watching the Miami Heat play the New York Knicks, and we were watching the Miami Heat play the Boston Celtics, we could see it wasn't just Jimmy Butler. But then we would come on here every day and say it's just Jimmy Butler. We saw what Caleb Martin was doing. We saw what Eric Spoelstra was doing. We saw what Bam Adebayo was doing. We saw what Duncan Robinson was doing.
In the process of us doing that, hold on, stop right there, Mars. Because in the process of us seeing, no, Mars, because in the process of us, no, that's not true, Mars, because in the process of us seeing everything that Jimmy Butler was doing, what was everybody up here saying what Jason Tatum was not doing, what Jaylen Brown was not doing, what the Boston Celtics were not doing. And the reason why they were not doing that was because of Jimmy Butler. That was the logic. So don't make it sound like it was just that.
They were saying Jason Tatum was playing bad because of Jimmy Butler. They said Jaylen Brown was playing bad because of Jimmy Butler. They said the Boston Celtics shot too many threes because of Jimmy Butler. That doesn't make sense. Why do we keep saying everything is because of the opposing team's best player? The reason the Boston Celtics shot so many threes is because Joe Mazzulla, their coach, loves a team that shoots a lot of threes. And Jason Tatum loves to shoot a lot of threes. The reason why Jason Tatum struggled, especially in that game 7, is because he was hurt. That's not because of Jimmy Butler. Did he land on Jimmy Butler's ankle? I don't know. I don't think so. That doesn't mean it's because of Jimmy Butler. The reason Jaylen Brown turned the ball over 100 times in game 7 is not because of Jimmy Butler. It's because we know he can't dribble with his left hand. So the idea that we can watch these things unfold and then we just still, after watching it, still say it's because of the best player when we can see it's not, is stupid.
So Mars, so you want to sit here and just change the way that sports media talk about players? Is that your mission today?
Yes, that's
Okay.
his idea.
That's why
Okay.
we're meant to be here. If we were meant to be just like ESPN, why are we here? If we're meant to be the exact same as everyone else, why are we here? There's
Not the
1,200
exact
people
same,
in
but
here.
you can't
There's
blame people for having
1,200
kind of like
people in
similar,
here.
like the.
But
But you can't blame people for having a
in here.
similar.
Why are they here
ideology.
and not watching ESPN? If we
No,
could,
I'm
if we
saying-
would just be ESPN, why would they not watch Stephen A. Smith? If we
Because
could
we
just
bring-
be undisputed,
we're
why
not
would they
doing
not watch Skip Bayless? If we're meant to be
Because
just
are
like
you Skip
everybody
Bayless?
else,
Are
why
you
would you
Stephen
not
A.
do
Smith?
that?
That's
No,
why
we-
they watch
sure,
because
we
y'all
bring
do a
up-
great
sure-
job and y'all
sure,
are
we-
entertaining. But what I'm
Sure,
saying is, okay, look. So you brought up Jimmy Butler, right? But Jimmy Butler losing in a second final again, and with him being the Miami Heat's best player, what is now the narrative? You cannot win a championship with Jimmy Butler as your number one player. And that's what's going to come out of
I
losing.
understand Mars's point. Mars, I understand your point
There's
and the
nothing
logic.
wrong with blaming the best player because you're going to give them most of the credit. And not
I
you, just in
I
general.
understand Mars's point.
That's it.
Mars, the problem that I'm having with your logic, where the divide is between you and me, is you're telling me that we can't put all the blame or all the praise on one guy. I definitely get that logic. Basketball is an individualized sport from time to time, especially when you're talking about winning. And when you're talking about winning, somebody's got to get the blame. And you want to change that narrative. Right. You definitely want to change that narrative. So if we're changing that narrative, you know what else we have to do then, Mars? We have to stop individualizing these guys, because you can't have it both ways. You can't have it where all the blame is taken off a guy and all the praise is taken off a guy, but then say, yo, this dude is the best player in the game. You can't have it both ways, Mars. No, you can't. Especially if you're winning. You can't do that.
Jokic was the best player in the world, and he hasn't got to the conference finals in 3 years. I've separated the winning from being the best.
Meanwhile, he was on pace to do that, Mars. No,
you can't
Mars.
do it. That's,
no, that's not true.
understand player A is better than everyone else, despite the fact he's not winning, because I can understand there's multiple things that go into winning. I've been doing that for as long as I've been on this platform. You can't do it. That's fine. I've already accepted the fact that you're unable to do it. That's cool. You need to, you believe if you're the best player, it has to translate to wins at some point. You have to get it done at the highest level at some point. That's your belief.
Feel like that.
Cool.
I do.
And I've accepted the idea that you believe that. I've been 1000% consistent on the idea that you can be the best player and not win. And the examples I go to all the time is Kevin Garnett in Minnesota. I never question how good of a player he was, even though he couldn't even make the playoffs on the Timberwolves in his last 3 years. I accepted that. I am capable of separating the wins and losses from the best player. If you can't do it, cool. But the idea that because the mainstream media have always done it like this, we should continue to do it like this doesn't make sense, especially when we're trying to build our own platform being different from what they were. If the people in here wanted ESPN, they would watch ESPN. If we're just trying to be ESPN, there's no point of us existing. The 1,200 people in here aren't here for us to just do the exact same thing as ESPN do. If they were, they wouldn't be here watching us. There's no reason to watch us over ESPN that has 40 years of credibility over us. That wouldn't make sense.
I'm not
they're
gonna lie,
not
bro.
here to hear us
Thinking
talk
about this
ESPN
a little bit
narrative.
too deep.
I'm
I
not
can
here
get
for
with
that. But we're meant to just do the same thing as them and try and be the same as them.
And we're
That
not.
doesn't make
No,
sense.
we're not. No, we're not.
Agree with
No,
some
we're
of the
not.
talking points that you hear from some of these personalities, it does not mean that you're trying to be exactly like them. So as I said, yes, I do agree that the best player should take a lion's share of the blame because they're going to get a lion's share of the credit if things go right. That doesn't mean that I'm trying to be like anybody, but they do make some valid points, so you can agree with it. But I don't know, bro. I feel like you're kind of taking it a little too deep with, then like, why are you watching us instead of watching like ESPN? You could agree with both POVs. I don't understand.
Because your POV is the same as ESPN, and you just said, well, if that's how it's been the whole time, why should we change
what I'm
it?
saying
That's what
is because it seems like you're sitting here trying to just change how stuff gets talked about when I'm just telling you how
it's talked about is wrong.
That's your opinion. I'm just telling you what it is.
Anyone with a brain can see it's wrong. I've explained how it's wrong.
Look, I was never that good in school, so I guess not. Because
Please read Lonnie's super chat, please. Ron, please read Lonnie's super chat, please.
The good brother Lonnie Williams sent through a super chat and said, Mars being objective with case-by-case basis, saying we can't just generalize things. We treating everything like it's black and white when it's not.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. It's that simple. It's not the same for every single situation. That's why it's really that simple. It's not the same for every situation. But if we just put it down to if this player wins and this player doesn't win, the best player on this team was the reason. Is just saying every series is the same no matter what. It's saying no matter what series unfolds, we're just going to give the credit to the best player no matter how they play, no matter what happens.
Well, that's not true. Mars, we're not doing that because the lion's share of us, even myself. Wait a minute though, Mars, because I'm 100% confident last season during the Eastern Conference Championship, who did I say was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP? Jimmy Butler's the best player on that team. We all know that. Jimmy Butler is the best player on that team. But who did I think was most instrumental in them winning? So you could be the best player on the team. You could still be the best player on the team and somebody be better in a situation. But that still means that they can't do that without you doing what you did. Just like we individualize players.
Yeah, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. And then, you know what? Let me go actually find the fact to support my statement. Bear with me. You guys can keep talking. I'm a find.
The point that I understand that we don't want to be like everybody else. That's not going too deep. That's actually why we're here. I absolutely get with that. We can't just be, if we selling cars, I'm gonna sell the same car that you selling, and on top of me selling the same car that you selling, I'm gonna give the same rap to sell the car. No, I don't want to do that because I'm probably going to sell as much as you do, if not worse, because you're just going to go to him. What you coming to me for? I'm basically doing the same thing. That's why we're trying to do something different here. I get that. But when you're talking about a team sport, you have to individualize guys, number one. Number two, you have to pick out a guy who is the best player on the team. And this guy is going to get the lion's share of the blame because he has the most responsibility. That's why he's going to get the lion's share of the praise, because he has the most responsibility. That's the way that works. Now, to Mars's point, when we're talking about a guy, when we're talking about case-to-case basis, a case would be made for what we just got finished talking about. The Golden State Warriors in 2018, if they lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers with that unit, it's not going to be Steph Curry choked. It's not going to be Kevin Durant choked. It's going to be James is the best player ever. That's what it's going to be.
It's funny because on scrolling back through the panel episodes, you know who got brought up 95% of the time we spoke about the Miami Heat? One person.
Buckets.
Interesting, right? Ignore the fact that they went from one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the regular season to 40% in the playoffs. We'll ignore that. We'll ignore the fact that Eric Spoelstra was putting on coaching masterclasses left and right. We'll ignore that because all we did was talk about Jimmy Butler and how if he won, one person who's not here anymore, shout out to Ticket, said he'd be over Dwayne Wade in Miami Heat history if he won the championship. How we were arguing every single time the Heat played a game that Jimmy Butler was a top 5 player in the NBA, regardless of how he played, because the Miami Heat kept winning. That's what we were spending our time doing. It wasn't about, oh, yeah, you know what, Caleb Martin, oh, he was hooping. He got a little mention when we spoke about who deserved the conference finals MVP. But then guess what? It went straight back to who could do what Jimmy Butler could do. Could Luka do what Jimmy Butler's done? That was a topic. The day after they made the finals, could Luka do what Jimmy Butler's done with this Miami Heat team? That was a whole segment.
Mars, that's true. That's true.
That was a whole segment.
But no, and you're right. But we talked about Caleb Martin. We talked. We damn sure talked a lot about Bam. We talked a lot of. You were on here. You were on here. You talked about Eric Spoelstra
and Jimmy. Yes.
We talked about everybody. We talked about Duncan. We talked about. I brought up heavily.
Ron. If you bring them up
a lot about how Tyler Hero.
You
guys would get mad about me. Mad at me. I would talk about Tyler Hero not being there and how this team would look about with Tyler Hero. We talked about everything. We got 3 hour episodes.
And I'm saying the lion's share was 90% Jimmy Butler. The rest was supposed to. Bam barely got mentioned.
But here's the thing, though, Mars. Here's the thing.
And I remember the Tyler Hero injury
out of his mind.
I guess what the Tyler Hero injury led to. More Jimmy Butler praise. That's what it led to.
Mars.
Because Jimmy Butler was doing it without Tyler Hero.
Mars. Jimmy was playing out of his mind.
No, he wasn't.
Every minute that we talked about him,
no, he wasn't. Ron. He played awesome in one series. And that Milwaukee series was the only series that he was awesome. No, he was not. He was not awesome in that
Against the
Knicks
Knicks,
series.
he was not playing out.
No,
of his
he was
mind.
not. He was
Against
not
the
awesome
Celtics,
in that
he was
Knicks
not
series.
playing
He
out
had
of his
No, he
good
mind.
wasn't.
games.
Against the
Celtics,
Celtics, he was
had
not
good
awesome in
games.
that series.
No one
He
said he
had-
didn't have
he-
good
he
games.
had
You said he was
stretches
playing
in
out
that-
of his mind. He did
No, he
not
was
play
not
out
that
of his
good.
And we
mind.
No, he
talked
wasn't.
about that too. We talked about his deficiencies. We talked about how Jimmy needs to be better for them to win this series. We didn't
Yeah,
talk
and
about
then
just
guess
the good. We
guess
talked
what
about
that
the bad.
conversation turned
To
back
Will's
into.
point. To Will's point. When they were playing bad, we crucified Jimmy. When they were playing good and when Jimmy was getting busy, we talked about him as we should have because Jimmy was exceptional when he was exceptional.
That's the problem. That's the problem. It's always Jimmy. That's the
Mars,
problem.
for you
The
to
team was
say-
more than
for
Jimmy,
you to
but we
say-
spent 85% of the time talking about Jimmy. That's
For you
the
to say that
problem.
we didn't talk
When
about
Jimmy
anybody
wasn't
else is
playing
crazy.
the best, it was
For
why
you to
isn't
say we
Jimmy
didn't talk
playing
about
this
anybody
way?
else is
When Jimmy
crazy.
was playing the best, why is Jimmy carrying this team? Instead of talking about the fact, you know what, Eric Spoelstra as well, because Eric Spoelstra gets a lot of the credit as well, because we had our conversation.
You
Thibodeau
think
versus
he's the
Eric
best?
Spoelstra.
You think
I
he's the
remember
best
those
coach in the
questions.
league,
I
Mars?
remember where does Eric Spoelstra rank as a coach in
He
NBA
gets
history?
plenty. He gets-
So
he gets- he
Spoelstra
gets
is one of
plenty
the rare exceptions where he gets a lot of credit next to the play. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra. Cool. But when we're talking, generally speaking, it was all about one person. I'm gonna go back to Ticket again. Everyone was praising Jokic during the playoff run. Jamal Murray was, oh yeah, and Jamal Murray was hooping. Oh, Jokic and Jamal Murray.
We were showing
Jokic
Jamal
and Jamal Murray
love.
got a triple
No,
double.
I'm not letting you get
everyone
this off.
other than Ticket.
Because last
Everyone
year-
other than Ticket was
last year-
Jokic. Everyone.
Nah, because last year we were
Everyone.
showing Gabe Vincent and Max Strus love. We was talking about their whole team. We was talking about Jamal Murray. We were talking about Michael
We're
Porter
ignoring
Jr.
how my
We were
point
talking
is,
about
even
how
when
we
you
were
talk
talking
about
about
that,
Aaron
it comes
Gordon.
back to Jimmy. When
It
Gabe Vincent
does,
and Max
because
Strus,
you're the best
guess
player
what?
on the team.
Jimmy Butler's making them
always
better.
does.
That's what was happening. That's exactly what happened. When Jimmy Butler had a low
What-
scoring game and someone else picked up the slack, I remember vividly Jimmy Butler's leadership, getting these guys involved, getting them in rhythm. That's what was happening.
But
Every
Mars,
single
are you
time.
saying that we should be
Every single
talking about the role players a little more? Because I can get behind that 100%.
My
I've been
point
I've been
is,
trying to push that since I got here, Mars.
yeah, and you
Back
have,
when we was doing the
my
Wednesday
point
Sunday
is-
show.
yeah, my whole point is we're guilty of this, and I've been trying to say it's stupid. The whole time we talk about teams and what happens in the playoffs, it always comes back to the best player on the team. I mean, Miami Heat's example, their coach. That's where it comes down to. We ignore all the context, and then when we bring up the other people, we talk about why is that happening, and then it comes back to the best player being a leader. Intangibles. He's doing this. He's making them better. He's putting them in the right spot.
All right,
Like,
but
it's
what
always
reason
going to be
that
about
the
this
Heat were
one
in
guy,
that
and then you
situation?
wonder why they have to get most of the blame, because all you do is give them all the credit every time.
Okay,
My
so
point is,
what's the main
it
reason
doesn't
why
make
the Heat were in that situation? If Jimmy Butler's not on that team, they're not in the finals.
Okay, and if Bam's
the
not
ma-
on that team, they're not in the finals.
Say it again.
And if Bam's
Bam
not
is
on
on
that
the
team, they're
finals.
not in the finals. If Cade Lamar is not on that team, they're not in the finals. If Eric Spoelstra's not coaching that team, they're not in the finals. If Jason Tatum doesn't get hurt, they're not in the finals.
Martin and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo is not the same, and you have to realize that.
I'm not. Oh my Jesus Christ! My whole point is it's not one person, but we can all. It's easy to say
Yeah,
without
but you're
Jimmy Butler, they're
making-
not in the finals. We
But
all
like,
understand
the
without Jimmy
argument-
Butler, they're not in the finals. We all understand without Bam, they're not in the finals. We all understand without Spoelstra, they're not in the finals. We all understand if Jason Tatum doesn't get hurt, they might not be in the finals.
Okay, look,
There's
but
many
you're
other
bringing
things,
it-
but we just go to one factor every time. One factor. When the Nuggets were winning, it was Jokic, and then when Jamal Murray's going 50-50, 90 against the Lakers, finally he's gonna get his praise.
But
from
Mars,
everyone.
but Mars, it's not 100% like black and white. We're just saying a majority of the credit and a majority of the blame. We're not saying that you don't talk about any of the other guys, but we
And I'm
have to be
saying
real
majority
on
is
that.
dumb. And I'm
Say it
saying
again?
majority is dumb. We're going in circles. We disagree. We disagree.
Okay.
I'm definitely in the majority when I hear that it was just Jordan, and when I think about what Scottie Pippen did for that crew, I'm ready to. So absolutely.
Yeah, it's fine. We disagree. This is how you get the Shaq carried Kobe narratives. This is how you get the Steph needed KD narratives. This is how you get all of this stuff.
Well.
It's stupid.
With that one right there, though, Mars, the Steph needed KD narrative. That one's a little bit more reasonable than the other ones that you named.
Okay, if you say so. I mean,
Well, I don't think they win 17. Well, they might have won one of them. I can't say that they won one of them. But
That has more legs, Mars. How about that? That one has more legs than the
That's
other.
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That one got a little bit more momentum than the other ones.
Sure.
How about that?
Sure. I mean,
That
sure.
one.
Shout out to everybody that has watched this whole hour of cooking, heated debates, master classes, whatever you want to call it. Yo, Will.
Damn, I got a hole in my sock.
Yeah.
Man.
Y'all
Take the socks off. Ox, you knew you had a hole in your sock when you put that sock on.
Shit, I'm out of town. I only got 2 pairs of socks in my bag. Man. I gotta
put the other pair of socks on.
They dirty. I wore them last night.
So then you can recycle the socks. You can recycle the socks.
Walk around barefoot.
Put them socks
with my
back
boots on.
Yeah, put the socks back on. Put them socks back on. I'm sorry, Ron, if I interrupted you.
Oh no, I was just asking Mars and Will. Do you guys do this at the family reunion? Is this typically how it goes? I'm just asking, yo.
That's not funny. That's not funny, Morris.
Hey, everybody liked the video.
Mars, get out your feelings, man. That's what we do around here, Mars. Don't do that. How many times you jumped on me, Mars?
I'm tired. I've been ill, man. I've been ill and I've yelled way too much.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna lose my voice.
When you say you've been ill, like sick?
Not that kind of ill, Ox. No, he ain't ill like that. No,
I'm not ill like that.
No, he ain't ill like that. In America, ill mean more than one thing, Mars. Just so you know.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We will be on playback tonight watching the Rising Stars game. It will be me and Seven. Y'all come check out the game with us. We're gonna break down the rosters. I want you guys to tell me who you think's gonna win. We'll talk about the format of the game and all of that good stuff. But make sure you go to Playback TV and join the Players Choice Room. Also, www.playerschoicemerch.com. Visit that if you haven't, and if you have, go visit it again. We got super chats. Let's go ahead and do it.
We got super chats.
Right from the top, Avery B said, Doc Rivers needs to be arrested for conspiracy, taking old coach's job, and theft, taking the Bucks' money immediately.
Yo, Avery, that's a serious charge. Conspiracy ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm. It ain't.
But if he was consulting Adrian Griffin, he would have tried to implement some of his philosophies.
Right. That's what I'm saying, Big Ox. I mean, if you see how the way it went down, it stinks, man. It does. It absolutely stinks.
Smells like politics to me.
Politics is funky, like socks funky.
Speaking of socks,
holes in your socks funky.
Since we on that subject, since we on that subject, yeah.
Hey, you got a hole like in your heel, or it's like up by your toes?
Nah, like in between the big toe and the second toe. I need a pedicure, like my toenail done dug in the sock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's grimy, son. EJ Mazuma just sent through an emoji. That's how he's feeling today. Apparently, that's how somebody else up here is feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Devon Williams, became a member today. Welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the club. Drip Bailey sent through a super chat and said, Chill said this morning that the 16 Cavs wouldn't beat the 97-98 Jazz. I think the Cavs win in 6. So it got me wondering, if you put the 16 Cavs versus MJ's finals comp, how many series do they win?
They just get put in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So they just don't have to play the Knicks. They just
Cleveland. None of
right.
Yes. I guess they just don't have to go through the Eastern Conference. They just
no Indiana, just straight to it.
Just get put in the finals. I mean,
yep.
Right.
16. So was that was hurt Kyrie and
no 16 was healthy Kyrie. Healthy Kevin Love. Concussion Kevin Love, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
J.R. Smith, Amon Shumpert, LeBron.
Shout out Iman Shumpert.
That was the year they fired. No, that was the year they fired David Blatt halfway through.
Yes,
well, first of all, let's start by saying I agree with Chilltown. I think that Jazz team spanks them. I'll start by saying that, but I don't know about
the way that
Supersonics.
To give you some context, Ox, the way the conversation started this morning, I was on my live stream on TikTok, and the conversation was about Jordan's competition in the NBA Finals and the fact that the teams that he played weren't quote unquote all-time great teams. And what I brought up was what was going on in today's game, and thinking about like that Laker team in 1991 with Magic, how much faster they would be able to play in today's game. I was thinking about that Portland Trailblazer team with Terry Porter and Dretz and Jerome Kersey, how much better they would be in today's game, how fast the game is. Barkley being a transition big and taking the ball off the backboard and having Dan Marley on one wing and Danny Ainge on the other wing shooting the basketball. How much better would they be in today's game? And then I thought about the other teams like the Jazz. Well, I think they led the league in scoring in 97, 98, which ironically, they were the oldest team in the league. So if they played in today's game where the game is so wide open, Malone being the money mid-range jump shooter that he is, and the transition big that he is, how much better they would be in today's game. So the teams that Jordan was going up against, they weren't garbage. It was just the style of play back then makes it look different than it is today.
I don't know. I think the Sonics, I would like to see that matchup. James Worthy is going to demolish that Cavs team.
Can you imagine Kevin Love trying to deal with James Worthy?
James Worthy is embarrassing Kevin Love.
Well, James Worthy got hurt in that series, so he wasn't 100%.
Yeah, he did get hurt. So did Byron Scott.
So
what we were doing, Mars, is we're borrowing help. That's what we're doing. These teams are all help.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're talking about the 16. That's why we're talking about the 16 Cavs instead of the 15 Cavs when Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love got hurt. That's why we were talking about.
Kevin Love was hurt in 16 too. They just won.
He wasn't. There's a difference between being hurt and being out. Like James Worthy was out for the series. He didn't play game 4 and game 5.
Kevin Love missed game 3. Was it game 3? He missed one of the games in that series. I know that. He missed one of the games.
Mars, he missed the whole playoffs in 15. Focus, man.
No, but he was still hurt. I'm saying Kevin Love and James Worthy were both not healthy, but they both played the majority of the series.
Let me rephrase that, Mars. He was healthier in 16 than he was in 15. How about that?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't say he wins the series though. I'm just saying, like, as far as matchup wise, I like the Sonics because they got Gary Payton able to guard Kyrie. I think Karl Malone and James Worthy both, and obviously Charles Barkley. I feel like those three guys have I don't know what the word is, series that are, just incredible series against that Cavs team. I don't think there's anybody that can match up with those three guys. So
the Cavs go 2-4.
2-4. Who did they beat, Morris? The Trailblazers and
I didn't think that far ahead. I just know LeBron has 6 finals losses, so I just did the math to see how many. Since we're giving all the, so we're usually going to follow LeBron's finals record and just translate it across 6 finals, which means he'd have 2.4 rings. I'm not giving him 3. So
I think they probably beat that Portland Trailblazers team, even though I really like that team.
The Suns' defense was so bad. I'm assuming they'd probably beat them. It would probably be 92 and 93. So yeah, 2-4.
Yeah, I think the Jazz spanked the Cavs though. I can definitely say that. I think the Jazz spanked them, but the other teams.
Let's hypothetically legacy talk. Magic Johnson now has 6 rings because he wins at 91, and that's a ring without Kareem.
You got the
Jazz duo have 2 rings now. The Jazz duo now have 2 rings. So how do their legacies look with 2 rings for the Jazz duo? Magic Johnson with 6 rings and 3 finals losses.
In addition to everything Malone's done, in addition to everything Stockton's done, you want to add 2 rings to that, and you're going to add a Finals MVP for one of these guys, or 2 Finals MVP.
It would be number 32 getting 2
rings. Yeah, 2 rings with Malone makes him top 10. He's top 10.
Easily.
He's top 10 for sure. He's the second best power forward of all time behind Tim Duncan.
Interesting. What about Magic? 6 rings.
He's the GOAT. Just one more, he's the GOAT because he's already number 3 for me. So
I think that the thing with Magic though, Mars, is, I mean, as awesome as Magic was for as long as he was, we still got robbed. Like Malone played 19 years. Like we got robbed of Magic. So we didn't get even if you put those 6 rings, even if you put that extra ring on Magic, I mean, I got 11 years out of Magic. 11 elite seasons, which according to my, and he did win every other year, but there still was more there. So I mean, I'm not saying that we can't have that conversation that Magic is at the top of the league, but I mean, damn, Mars, I still think we're missing some things. And I think that one of the things we're missing is there was still more there.
Chill. In 92, if none of that happens, are we looking at a rematch?
I think that they go back to the finals. I don't think the Trailblazers beat them. I don't. I think they get back to the finals if Magic is still there. I do.
Possibly even 93 too.
I don't know about 93 because that Phoenix team. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it,
Phoenix, maybe couldn't stop anyone.
Well, not only that, the Lakers threw Phoenix in a hole 2-0, but ended up the reason why they came back and won was because of Barkley. Now, if they throw them, and the series was shortened too, by the way, it was a 5-game series instead of a 7-game series in the first round. So if the Lakers are up 2-0 against Phoenix with Magic, Phoenix is out. 100% they're out. 100% they're out.
All right, y'all, we got to keep moving. Jamal sent through a super chat and said, Keontae George is an effing problem, and the Milwaukee Bucks have big problems.
Yes, they do.
Shout out to Keontae.
Mm-hmm.
She said, dub panel, dub chat, L. John Collins.
Facts. L. John Collins.
What did John Collins do?
Goofball.
Ron, when the last time, Ron?
Someone missed the shot. John Collins, they're down 2.
It was marketing. I think it was marketing.
Marketing probably. Yeah, I think it was marketing.
No, 1, Mars. They were down 1.
They were down 1.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing misses a 3. John Collins gets the offensive rebounds. They have 2 timeouts, by the way, but we'll ignore that. He gets the offensive rebounds. Is in a bit of a crowd. Doesn't call a timeout. Tries to kick it out to I believe Sexton.
It was Sexton. Mm-hmm.
And he throws it about 26 feet too high.
It was in the third
row.
Out of
bounds.
26 feet is
and then obviously the Warriors get the ball back. You foul 2 free throws. Now they're down 3. Colin Sexton had a great look to send the game to overtime, and he just missed it. But yeah, John Collins, that was bad.
I'm only saying L. John Collins because they were playing the Warriors, and we need the Warriors to lose basketball games. So.
And the Jazz need the Warriors to lose basketball games too. They're better than Tennessee.
Which I'm glad you brought up the Warriors though, because the same thing that we talked about the Milwaukee Bucks, Mars, Will, Ron, Ox. Just so you guys know, the Golden State Warriors, their last 28 games, 12 of them are against teams that are not going to make the playoffs. That's almost half their schedule. So you guys know when that 7-8 game win streak comes along, you're going to hear the chatter. Are the Warriors winning the NBA championship? Are the Warriors going deep in the playoffs? Because it's going to happen. I'm just warming you guys up for it right now because it's going to happen. How far are the Warriors going to go? I'm just warming you guys up for it right now. When they end up in that 6 seed or their game out the 5 seed because they ran off 7 or 8 straight and they had some teams fall off, everybody's going to look at the Warriors. Klay Thompson's coming off the bench, which Steve Kerr is not going to continue to do, by the way. He's not. He's going to put him back in the starting lineup at some point, which he should.
Good off the bench.
Yes, he looked fantastic. He should not put him back in the starting lineup. He should definitely be in the rotation. But when this happens, don't say I didn't say it.
Chill. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games.
Yup, and it's going to continue. Watch what's going to happen.
I think it's already started. I think it's safe to say the Golden State Warriors might be a dark horse contender.
Here we go. Here we go.
You're ready to push the Steph Goat propaganda when they win the finals this year.
Here we go.
Savion S said they played zone versus the Grizzlies. That's extremely bad. As a hooper, you have to take pride in getting stops. The Bucks are frauds. Ron is an L host. You didn't read my super chat from yesterday. I didn't read that. Chill, I didn't read the super chat.
Nah, I don't run, man. I don't run. Huh. The Grizzlies are a tough team to beat, man. You guys be hating on the Grizzlies, man. They're a hard team to beat. I'm not saying this because they beat us 2 nights ago at all. Just they're a tough team to beat. They're a good team. But if you let Zion Williams score 27 and then pluck Dame, okay, interesting. Because he's trash.
What do you guys think about DJ Jackson? Oh, my fault, Ryan.
Go ahead. You got it.
No, I was just asked like what you guys thought of Gigi.
He's great.
And like his,
I think he's the youngest player in the league. Is he?
Hey, Will, mute your mic for a second.
Damn. Tell him to shut up, kind of. Damn.
Mic check. Yeah, that's him. That's Will. It's Will's mic.
Yeah, you got an echo.
Yeah, you got an echo. So he'll be back.
You could have just said, hey, Will, you might have an echo. Do you mind muting your mic? You just, hey.
Well, mute your mic for a second. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, that's you. All right.
Nah, I'd be offended.
Of course, you English. That's what happens in England. You know, you get offended. You get offended when I ask you to pass the salt if I don't say it the right way. That's how that works. So I know how it is.
You know, say it the right way next time.
Yeah, exactly. Mars, I'm sorry, Mars. Can you please pass the salt as opposed to, hey, yo, let me get that. Hey, yo, let me get that. Hey, wait a minute. Who are you talking to like that? Oh my god.
But yeah, Gigi Jackson is very good, and he's the youngest player in the NBA, and he's providing fantastic minutes for them. Great scorer, can shoot the ball. I don't know how tall he is, like 6'8". Like he's a big wing. So Domo's the one who put me onto him. Domo, yeah. So shout out to Domo for telling me about Gigi Jackson. He's very good. I like him.
The Tribe One said the Bucks are fine right now. I don't trust anyone but the Heat in the East. Bucks got a legit shot at the ring. Dame needs to step up offensively. He isn't capable on defense. We knew that already.
So he's already bad on defense. So on top of him being bad on defense, you need to be better on offense. So as bad as you are and letting the guy punch you in the face, you need to punch him in the face more. That's what you're telling us.
Yeah, that's gonna be his recipe for success.
Oh my god! I think I can hit you more than I can stop you from hitting me. That's never worked. Ever.
But if defense is just effort, which a lot of people want to tell me, can't Dame just try harder and be good?
I don't think, to be honest with you, Mars, I don't think that the effort is there because I don't think he knows how to play defense. I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't think the effort is there when I feel like you know how to do something. Like if you notice, rebounding is effort, but the best rebounders know how to rebound. Defenders, the effort is there because they know how to defend. Dame does not put forth the effort to defend, not because he just doesn't want to. I think he's given up on it because he doesn't know how to do it. I don't think anybody ever taught Dame how to play defense.
He's 32. He can't figure it out.
He
went to college for 4 years. They don't teach you in college?
I've heard Amari Stoudemire say, nobody ever taught me how to play defense. Amari Stoudemire said that. Nobody ever taught me.
Amari came out of high school, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Which is college for 4 years.
Which is even worse, Mars, because you get taught the fundamentals of defense in grammar school and in high school. I know how to slide my feet. I know how to get on the line, up the line. I know how to shoot the gap. I get taught the other stuff later on. For Amari Stoudemire to say, nobody ever taught me how to play defense, what does that tell me? And I think the same logic goes for Dame. I don't think anybody ever taught him how to play defense. No, and I'm not saying that every guard has to be an all-league defender. No, I'm not saying that. But I honestly believe that when I watch Damian Lillard defend, I don't think he knows how to defend. That's why I don't think the effort is there. I don't think you know how to do it.
That's unfortunate.
All right, y'all. It's a good time to go ahead and throw these rosters on the screen. I want to hear exactly how you guys feel about these.
That's Tamika Catchings?
Yeah.
She got a team?
Yeah, she coached.
Shout out to Tamika. One of the GOATs.
Yeah,
one of the GOATs.
So double reason to root for that team.
Ox, I did not know that she had a hearing impairment. I did not know that about her.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. Even when she was in the WNBA, because I ain't hear her talk that much. I did not know she was hearing impaired. I didn't know that. Which is impressive because she was a baller. So to be a baller and you can't hear that good, wow.
Tamika's top 5. She's top 5.
Wow.
She's a GOAT for sure. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that either until like I think right before she retired. I kind of heard her talking and they were talking about it. I didn't know that either.
That's pretty impressive.
Which team are you guys feeling the most? Who do you think got the best team?
Tamika.
Pau Gasol.
Yeah, I agree with Pau Gasol.
You got Jabari
Smith. Wait. The reason why Mars is saying Pau Gasol is because Mars.
Jabari?
No.
Jabari Smith.
Keep going, Mars.
They got Victor, they got Victor.
One more time, Mars, for the people in the cheap seats.
Why?
Because Victor Wembanyama's on the crew. That's why Mars.
I didn't even say. Oh wow, Wemby's there. Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, how about that?
Hey, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't even see that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even see that. I saw Jabari Smith and Podziemski and Jaime and Brandon Miller and Bilal and Kaysen. I was like, yeah, that's the best team. Wemby's just an add-on.
Team Jaylen has some bigs, so they got Chet, Walker, Derek Lively.
Wait a minute. How does this work with these 4 teams? How How does this work with 4
Two
teams?
teams play each other in the semifinals, and the other 2 teams play each other in the other semifinals, and then the winners of those games play each other in the final.
Oh, we got a tournament going on. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Team Deadlift can just stay home.
Respect to Money Bates. They don't have a Money Bates on here because they haven't.
I'm not respecting this squad. Could just stay at the crib more. There's no reason for them to even.
Did you hear what George Karl said about Carmelo?
No, I didn't.
Like recently, he said something else about him recently.
No, it was Melo telling a story about what George Karl said to him when George Karl first got to Denver, and it was the reason I brought it up because it was about that left strength. So George Karl gets to Denver in Melo's second year, right? And then he comes in, apparently, the first time he ever spoke to Melo, comes in and says, "By the way, I think you're overrated." That was the first thing he ever said to Melo. It was like,
not hello, how you doing? What's going on?
It was like, he came to him, he's like, "I think you're overrated. I think I envision your role on this team as deadlift strength." And I guess Melo got offended by that. And then and then George Karl addressed it on Twitter and was like, "Yeah, you are overrated, and you'd be lucky to be as good as
this is the logic right here that I'm talking about." Ron, I don't know if you know this, but do you know where George Karl went to school?
Nah.
He went to the University of North Carolina. Do you know where the head coach for the Detroit Pistons went to college?
University of North Carolina.
Not only
is this why you're saying? Is this why you're saying Larry
he would have wrecked Carmelo? I'm telling you, dude. He would have wrecked him. Okay. I'm telling you, dude. You think I'm crazy with this? He would have wrecked Carmelo.
But this the thing.
Carmelo. One of the best things that ever happened to Carmelo Anthony was not going to the Detroit Pistons. Coach Brown would have wrecked him.
This is the thing about that though, Chilton. Like George Karl saying that to Melo, to me, it's not a big deal. Like I don't really see a big problem. I just don't see a big problem with him saying that. Like a lot of coaches say crazy what a lot of coaches say to their better players or even players that they think have something in them. They say things like that. Like that's a way to, you know what I'm saying, bring something out of you. Like that's not a big deal to me. I have no problem with George Karl saying that to Carmelo Anthony. That's not a big deal.
Ox is of the old school. So Ox is, before I go any further. Hey Damo, pass that because I'm in the middle of something right now. So pass that.
You know I will.
Ox is on. He's looking at George Karl's logic, challenging him. Like I think you overrated. I don't think you're that nice. Can you show me that you better than that?
And Deadlift Shrimp was a baller. So
Deadlift Shrimp was super nice.
I don't see a problem with this.
Yes.
Is Carmelo better than Deadlift Shrimp?
Yeah.
George Karl.
I mean, well, but and on top of that, you know what? With a young Melo and George Karl seeing all the Deadlift's career, I don't see no problem with him saying that and even meaning it. Like at that point, Carmelo he had a great rookie season. I would not take that. I think he should have been rookie of the year. Carmelo was obviously one of the best young players, and you could look at him and tell he was gonna be great. But at that point, he wasn't done compared to Deadlift Shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Like Deadlift had an amazing career, and he played great his whole career. Deadlift was cold, bro, and obviously Carmelo's better than Deadlift, I think. But there was a lot of holes in Carmelo's career. There's a lot of holes in his game. There was a lot of things that Carmelo could have improved on. And I think, and I'm on record, me and Chilltown disagree. I think he would have been much better if he would have played for Larry Brown when he got to the NBA. I'll just, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, George Karl is a toxic coach. You know what I'm saying? He was a certified asshole. So, you know what I mean? It goes both ways. Like I'm one of the players, like I've been, you know, I've had some crazy psychopath coaches. So, you know what I'm saying? To me, like, ain't no big deal.
Sorry for derailing the conversation.
I got a $33.75 super chat right
Canadian.
now.
That's Canadian. Let's do the math real quick.
No, I think he sends that so it is 25.
It's exactly 25. Huh? Yeah.
David Mujinaya with the Canadian super chat said, put the 87 Lakers and the 86 Celtics against every team that won the championship 2000 to now. How many of those teams do they beat?
None of them.
All of them.
None of them.
The 87 Lakers, do they beat the 2000 Lakers? Shaq. Now remember, Brian is only in year 4.
And Shaq is in his peak. No.
I don't think that they definitely don't beat that. They definitely don't beat the 2000. I think that's the best team I told Shaq that was the best team he ever played on in 2001.
Who's the best player in these series? So 87 Lakers versus the 2000 Lakers. Who's the best player in the series?
Shaq is the best player in the series.
Shaq, I guess.
Yes, Shaq is the best player. Even with Jabbar, because Jabbar is over in 87. He only played 2 more years. Jabbar is over. Magic was at his best, but
James Worthy.
No, Shaq was the best player. Shaq is definitely the best player in that series.
Oh no, Shaq's the best player. I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, and I think the 01 Lakers, I think that's probably one of the best teams ever. I think that 01 Lakers team does win, but I think James Worthy goes crazy against him. I'm just shouting out James Worthy. That's all I'm doing. That's all.
I don't get how the Lakers can play so fast in the 2000s. That's the problem. I don't think they can play as fast as they did in the 80s and the 2000s.
Why wouldn't they be able to speed the game up, Mars? What do you think the problem would be?
Because I don't think they could. I think the offenses were so inside out, especially in the 2000s, and the Lakers in particular. They're not going to be able to get rebounds and run. I don't think they're going to be able to. I also don't think they're going to get many stops. So I think it's going to be a lot of half-court offense. And then I don't think there's going to be enough transition opportunities for them to really speed up the game. And then the Lakers offense, even when the 87 Lakers do speed up the game, the 2000s and 01 Lakers are going to slow it right back down. They're not going to match their pace at all.
Right.
So I think that's where I'm at with it. I don't think the Lakers can speed the game up to where they're comfortable. I think they're going to have to play a slower half-court game. I'm not saying they can't, but I think that favors the 2000 Lakers. So that's
what about 02, y'all? But for 02, let's not do the Lakers. Let's do the Kings. Because that's you know what I'm saying, Mars? That's who really should have won that championship anyway. So let's just do the Kings for 02.
So I'm
down to do the Kings. The Kings do play fast. So that probably does favor the Lakers.
You okay with that, Chilton?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just the thought, just the idea, guys.
I was fine with it, but I got the Lakers winning.
So to go back to your original point, Mars, when you talked about how slow it was and playing so inside out, I mean, that's why the Lakers were able to play fast. So like when teams scored, they got the ball out quick, and Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, those guys got out and ran. James Worthy, they got out and ran. Just because you want to slow the game down does not mean that we have to play that way. And the Lakers wouldn't. And the reason why they wouldn't is because the reason why the Lakers in 2000 would have to speed the game up is because the Lakers in 87 were so good in transition. They scored with Magic a bunch of times. Well, when you fall in the hole, it's like football. Well, when you fall in the hole, we can't run the football as much. We got to now start throwing. Well, the Lakers, when they fall in the hole, they can't continue to play slow. They now have to speed the game up, which plays right into the 87 Lakers' hands.
Well, that's assuming they've fallen into a hole. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. Because the Lakers, from my knowledge, I'm not sure especially with how that team played.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they were in a hole, it was half-court offense. Pointing to that Portland Trailblazers,
throwing
it was half-court offense. They were just gonna continue to score and just get stops and then continue to score. There wasn't. Oh my god. Do we have to answer this?
Apparently, Teddy Hart hates the conversation that's going on right now, or he loves us going in a new direction. Teddy Hart sent through a $50 super chat and said, "Did you see the Dr. J interview on Shaq's pod? How he was actually drafted by the Bucks in 72, but was convinced by his agent to go to the ABA instead. Imagine 70s big three of Oscar, Kareem, Dr. J. How bad do they cook the league if this played out?"
Well, Oscar was over. Oscar was on the other side of who he used to be. And the reason why Doc went to the ABA is because of the bread. And he was going to be a star. There was nobody in the ABA that was close to how good Doc was. They paid him a Brinks truckload of money. That's why he went there.
Yeah, when you hear about like stories from like the 60s and 70s and like what these players were doing, they were divas. I'm not saying Doc was. I'm just saying.
No, he was. Doc was too. Yeah, he was.
I'm just not trying to accuse anyone. But like if they didn't get their way, they were doing some of the things that the players today were doing. I'm just saying they just didn't have social media to amplify it. Oscar Robertson sued the NBA, literally sued them
because he wasn't being allowed to go where he wanted to go. So you can thank Oscar Robertson for free agency, by the way. So if you want to praise his impact, thank Oscar Robertson. Wilt Chamberlain threatened to go to the ABA if he wasn't traded to the Lakers. Like
he got on the Lakers, yeah.
Mars, the 60, I believe it was the 60. I think it was the 66 or the 67 All-Star game. It's coming on in an hour. The players are going to protest. They're not playing in the game. It's going to be on national television. That's going to happen. You either pay us now,
doing something.
You either pay us right now, or this game we're not playing. And it's coming on in an hour. Y'all better figure it out. That was going on.
Yeah, I wish social media was a thing back then.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I cannot imagine the timeline. We are like 48 hours out of an All-Star game. Just so y'all know, if they don't give us our money, y'all don't get an All-Star game.
48 hours, Damo? No, the game is tonight at 8 o'clock. And it's 6:30.
Oh, it's day up.
Yes. This is like an hour, 2 hours.
They did it when they were meant to be warming up.
We're not playing. We either pay us or we ain't playing. And by the way, Damo, the game is on national television. It ain't like we about to play the game and it's just people in the house. No, we got cameras here and we're trying to grow the league. That's going on.
I want to know who was the main one in there pushing the agenda. Like, nah, you know what?
Oscar Robertson.
We really don't need to do this.
Oscar was pretty outspoken.
It was Oscar?
Yeah, Oscar. And then Bill Russell was right with him. Like, you know what, yo, you right. We don't need to do this. Matter of fact, I ain't going out there. I'm not.
Well, that's first of all, what was the money for? What was the situation? Because
it was for them.
I know it's for them. I know it's for them, Damo. I'm saying, like, what were they? Were they withholding some money that they were owed, or did they sign a contract and decide, you know what, I don't like the contract that I signed? Like, what's the situation here? Because I want to know, are they just moving, you know, as a unit? Are they being militant, or are they being devious?
They didn't just do that. I know what you're talking about, Big Ox. They didn't just do that just to make a statement. No, from the story that I understand, they were already getting their money from the NBA. But as you know, to make the All-Star game and for it to be on television, that's actually more bread. They wanted them to play for free. Like, wait a minute, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like,
for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should get paid in the All-Star game today. I think you should always get paid for your services. So, that I'm only asking that question to know what stance should I take on that? Like, would they tripping?
And don't quote me on that. It's not necessarily free, but the money that they were getting, it wasn't enough. It was not enough.
From my knowledge, and I wasn't around at the time. Surprise, surprise.
I wasn't either, Mars. Just so you know, I was not.
But I mean, from my knowledge, so basically, I think it was like the first year they were televising the All-Star game.
Yes.
And like the players and like I think it might have been Tommy Heinsohn. I think I might be wrong. I think he was like the Players Association president at the time. I might be wrong. Someone could Google this. But basically, the players wanted to like unionize and have like their demands met, and they thought, hey, the best time to do that is for the NBA's nationally televised game. So we just not gonna play if you don't meet our demands in terms of our unionization and like the financial demands we have. And it worked.
If you go Google Chris Webber, Oscar Robertson, they had a great interview. It was like a 45-minute interview between them. And Oscar Robertson talks about why they did this. It was actually really good.
I do just want to say
make a documentary about that or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a dope
He talked
story.
about it. Because I'm trying to imagine Damo being the social media activist that he is, and the All-Star game is on Sunday, and he finds out that 2 hours before the All-Star game, yo, these dudes might not be playing.
Oh, didn't I find out why? Oh yeah, we going crazy on the what? Y'all not trying to pay these players because they black? You not gonna pay your black athletes in this state of the world? This is what I'd have been out there with Martin Luther King. That was you said 67? Oh, this was shortly after.
It was 64. It was 64. It was 64. I've just Googled it just so I could get the facts like 1000% right. So long story short, I'm gonna summarize. So basically, the players refused to play if they didn't get their demands met. The owners were like, we can't afford to lose this money. First nationally televised game, blah, blah, blah. So basically, this was the first time that a pension plan was introduced for the NBA players. So they got that. And now every team was required to hire an athletic trainer. So before that, I guess it was just if the team was bothered to pay one, you'd have one, but otherwise, no.
I'm taping my own ankles, Mars. I'm taping my own ankles.
So now every team was required to have that. They said you can't play back-to-backs on the weekends. I guess they wanted to go out drinking. So
Hey
they
man,
got
listen,
that one.
yo, I don't do this. I do other stuff besides work, Mars.
So you couldn't play back-to-backs on the weekends anymore. So I mean,
Wilt got orgies to get to. He don't got time to play
exactly.
basketball.
So they got their little benefit there.
I can get to
And
that any
then
day of the
following
week.
that, baseball ended up getting a players' union 2 years later, and then the NFL did 4 years later. So the NBA was really like the start of these players.
Pioneers.
Yeah, getting their demands. But if that happened today, hey, we'd be calling these players divas. I'm just saying. So hey, they've been doing it for 60 years.
That is true.
Teddy Hart followed up his super chat, and he said, "Chill, yes. Always towards the end, but Doc and Kareem were the first and second best players on the planet for that decade. Do you think Doc is remembered differently, or are you saying he wouldn't have been able to shine on Kareem's team?" Come on, Chill.
I wouldn't have.
Doc was so nasty.
It was so tough.
Doc was so dope.
To put him on a team with Jabbar, oh man, no.
Know what?
Honestly,
like it.
I think that would have. I'm gonna be honest. If a guy like Dr. J is playing with Kareem back in the 70s, I think even if he does end up on the Lakers in the 80s, it's a seamless transition for him to play with Magic versus it being like, I'm not gonna say bumpy because I don't know how you have. Well, you have bumpy relationship and win the championship. The Lakers did 20 years later, but it would have been way more smooth. He'd have been like Shaq playing with Dwayne Wade. It'd have been like that type of, I understand now because I've dealt with it. I have hindsight. With Doc being there and Kareem having to share the spotlight, because I understand Kareem is phenomenal. He is not phenomenal enough to nullify Dr. J, especially at that time where when there's hardly any stars. So now you have two. Kareem is not going to be the only MVP not to make the playoffs no more. That's not happening. We can throw that out the window. We're looking at a whole different start to his career, a whole different outlook on his career. Dr. J might be, I ain't gonna lie, he might be bigger. He genuinely might be bigger, remembered in
That's
history.
what I was about to ask you, Damo.
You would be.
And all of it's in the NBA. Because they don't consider the ABA stuff in terms of conversations. People hardly talk about Dr. J, but when they do, no one ever brings up the ABA. At least in terms of conversations with casuals, semi-casuals, people who think they know ball.
Even though he was the league, by the way. He was the whole league.
Literally.
That's the reason that was a big reason why they merged.
Yeah, he was the
Dr. J was the poster boy of the whole merger.
Yeah, he was the lead. So if he goes to the Bucks, there is no ABA. The ABA folds way quicker than what it did. They don't merge like they did. I mean, this super team logic, it would just get amplified because it would just carry over into the 80s and then carry over into the 90s with bomb squads. Because just so you know, if Doc and Jabbar get together, somebody else gonna want to come over there too. Because it's not just gonna be just Doc and Jabbar. Yo, let's get Rick Barry over here. Let's see if we can get him over here too. So it wouldn't just be that. Absolutely.
10 rings. Kareem's the goal.
Dr. J was
because the Celtics was doing it. Philly was doing it with Chamberlain. Everybody think that Philly, when they had Chamberlain, it was just Chamberlain. They had a bomb squad in Philly. Philly had a bomb squad. So that would carry right over into the 70s. But the 70s was more of an individualized game than it is than when you move into the 80s.
Is the 70s
Kareem's the GOAT unanimously. Proceed, Damo.
I was gonna say, in terms of which era in the past is the closest to this era? Would it be the 70s? Would the 70s be the closest?
That's what I
even
think
just how Chill just said how the 70s was more individualized. It seemed more like a players' league. It was more about individual players versus teams. That's low-key how it is today with the 70s. I was thinking would the 70s be the closest we have seen to today's kind of basketball in terms of prioritizing players over teams, or players being stars versus teams being the main attraction?
Mm-hmm. That's what I think it is today, to be honest with you. That's exactly what I think it is today. This year, we're going to have a different NBA champion. I don't think we're going to have the same NBA champion that we had last year. And I think next year it's going to be something different too, in terms of the parity in the NBA. Yeah, that's what I equate this era to what was going on in the 70s.
All right, y'all. We got another super chat from David Mujinaya. He said, rank them by who would most likely win a PC one-on-one basketball tournament. Ron, you can just leave it in this order, by the way, David. But Ron, Shaq, Dale, Chill, Damo.
As long as I don't see Shaq in the as long as I don't see Shaq in the first round,
no Mars.
as long as I don't see Shaq in the first round, y'all just better know.
No Mars.
Y'all just better know.
Get Mars off the roster. Get Mars out of here. No Mars. No.
At least put Dub on here. Dub
Mars.
Dub deserves some love.
None of them. Get them dudes off the roster. Matter of fact, take me off the roster too, because you already know my game is whack today.
Put me in the 5-5 and under tournament. Me, Dub, and Bam.
Put Dub, Bama, and J-Rob on here too, man. We got some other,
and that puts more people behind me. Listen here, all due respect, I listen on paper. All wholesome respect, everybody's phenomenal hoopers. When we get on that goddamn court, I don't care what none of you nigga did. I don't care what nobody up here did. I see red. What are we talking about? What you talking about? I'm like keeping in this order, Ron. I ain't last. I might not be first. I'll tell you I ain't gonna be first. I bet you I ain't gonna be last. What are we talking about? I don't know who's gonna be behind me. Ron. Somebody.
Put
some respect on Damo on that.
Damo, if you Damo, I didn't even realize you was last. I just noticed I was first, and then it didn't matter who was after that. And also, Damo, if you're not first, you last, brother.
Damo, all I know is you don't know. All I know, Damo, is if you ever want to turn somebody up, you ain't never been around Bama. In terms of turning somebody up, it's nobody easier to turn up than Bama. And Bama is that dude that all you got to say is something smart. Whoop! The volume goes from 0 to 60 with Bama. Bama is one of the easiest.
That Napoleon complex be hitting, yeah.
Yes. Talk about him being little. Here we go. Talk about him being 5'4".
I've lost count of how many times I've heard my shoes are right in the car.
That's all I was just about to say, Morris.
I lost count of how many times I heard that statement.
We can
I love you some Bama,
we could be anywhere, Damo. We could be anywhere doing anything. As soon as you say anything about the basketball, what'd you say?
Bama
I got my
is
shoes in the
with
truck right now. I see.
Bama is with it. 100%.
But real quick though, just to answer that super chat, honestly, if it's about matchups, if I can get Ron to take care of Shaq for me, I win.
Because you'll take care, because you'll deal with Ron. You'll straight deal with Ron.
Yeah, it'll be rough, but I got something for Ron. It'll be rough, but I got something for Ron. I'm not worried to
see that tournament. I'm just putting out.
I'm cooking Dale. I'm not worried about that. Damo, I seen you on the block. You got block work, but I don't think
he got offensive fouls. Yeah, he got offensive fouls. Yeah.
No fouls.
Yo, Damo throwing a mean elbow on the block.
He got them Shaq clearing elbows. You seen him? Damo got them Shaq clearing elbows. He getting you.
It's a basketball move. It's a basketball move.
It's definitely a basketball move. He's moving that elbow with the hip. Yes. It's not like he's swinging the elbow. Damo's clearing out space.
All torque in the hip. I'm telling you, that's what it's really about.
Yeah, but if I
no ref, Damo might be hard to beat.
If I can get Ron to take care of Shaq for me, then I'm good. I got this in the bag. Hey, mere bag of shells.
Yo, Marcus Little just became a YouTube member. Shout out to Marcus Little. Welcome to the party. All right, fellas, let's get back to it. I'm gonna throw this on the screen. I need you guys to make a pick right here and now. Who are you taking? Which team are you predicting is gonna win? And also, so the rules for those of you guys that don't know. It's going to be a target score. So in the semifinals, they're going to play up to 40 points. I'm assuming it's ones. It's got to be 2s and 3s. So yeah, they play up to 40, 2s and 3s. And then the championship game, I don't know why, but they only play to a target score of 25.
There's got to be team foul. They have the best player. And then they got Hami and Brandon Miller as well.
Mm-hmm. That is how that works. Yeah.
Damo?
Tamika team is nice, yo.
I'm gonna say Tamika team is nice. I was gonna go wherever Chet was, but I do not like the team around Chet. So yeah,
you don't like that team, Damo?
What's wrong with that team?
I think that team is fire.
Compared to everybody else, the team has nice names. One, I feel like it's too big, pause. But two, it's not enough guard play for me. I know Jordan Hawkins might be listed as a 1, but he's a shooter. Yes, they need an actual.
Oh wow, okay.
I've seen him be listed as a point guard. They need an actual point guard down there. I will go team Tamika if I had to go team, but I will say, Ox is bugging if he thinks that Detlef's team needs to go home. Watch them G League boys go out there and ball. I don't know who they're gonna beat, They're gonna be one of these teams.
You know, Jeremy Sohan's on Jalen Rose's team, right? That's a point guard right there. Jeremy Sohan.
Listen to yourself. You're playing games.
Right, you wild, Mars.
You using your troll this Friday? I thought you trolled already this week. Did you not?
When did I troll this week?
Did he? He hasn't trolled this week. Jesus,
I've been good this week. Yeah.
And these G League dudes, they just so you know, this isn't just a festivity. These dudes is playing for contracts. So these dudes are serious on this G League squad.
I think what is this guy's name? Mattis Bazelis. I think he's projected to be like the #1 pick next year.
No #1, but he's a lottery pick.
He's a lottery pick. Ron Holland is a lottery pick.
In the G League?
Ron Holland isn't playing.
Bazelis is in the G League?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on Ignite.
Ron Holland's spot was replaced with Armani Bates.
Damo, if Detlef don't put on the jersey, them boys are cooked. That's their only hope.
I hear you.
They're a pretty good team, man. I think when considering it's not gonna be real basketball, it's just gonna be up and down, shoot threes.
Yeah,
they can win.
Do you guys like the new format though? I don't really know how I feel about the format.
Was this not?
I don't mind it. I mean,
it was last year.
I think last year was the first time, right? That they did it this way, or am I mistaken?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's a new edition. I don't know how new, but it's new.
I think last year was their first year doing it. Yeah, I don't remember it being like this. I personally don't mind it. I mean, listen, when it comes to All-Star Weekend, I've came to the point where it's like, as long as it's entertaining, just give me an entertaining product. I don't care whose name is a part of it. I don't care what the event is. There are events I don't like. There are implements I would rather see. But when they are doing different things and new things, as long as it's entertaining, I'm all for it.
I just want them to go back to wearing their team's jerseys. Like, I'm a simple man. That's all I want. Just go back to if you play for the Cavs, you wear the Cavs jersey, and if you play for the Hawks, you wear the Hawks jersey. Like, that's really all I want.
Yeah, that was fire.
That's all I. That's literally all I want.
Are we individualizing these guys, Mars? Are you just being selfish? Is that what you're doing? Because we already know you play for the Cavs, right? Just so you know, we know that Kobe Bryant played for the Lakers.
I need to make sure that I see Wemby in a Spurs jersey. He's not on.
We know that Wemby plays for Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I know. Really, the jersey should just say Wemby. That's what. The whole team's jersey should say Wemby. He's the best player, really.
It's dope now, Mars. Like, I would love for them to do that now, but I'm not gonna lie though. Like, when I was young, like when they used to do it, like 7, 8, that used to be confusing. I used to be like, wait, who's Steve? I didn't know. So, but I think it's dope though.
That's probably why they changed it, right? Because of that.
Yeah.
I hope not. Like, guys on the court, they should definitely know. Like, but
I'm assuming
now for the audience. No, trying to
what teams in what conference, and then
trying to appear to casuals, because to the casual fan, they will be probably thinking from the mindset of a 7, 8-year-old, because that's a casual fan, and if it's confused, it's confused. That's not the first time I've heard that, because I've brought that up in like a stream or in a conversation before about bringing back different jerseys, and I've heard someone say, "I don't know, man, that shit was mad confusing." When it was happening, so that's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah,
y'all. So I'm putting this back on the screen. This is the schedule. Team Jalen's gonna play Team Tamika first, and then Team Detlef will play Team Pal.
Detlef is out of there.
Yeah, they know.
They're getting cooked.
They cook.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They trying to get
Wemby
to
play hard though.
No, Detlef's team is gonna play hard. Please believe that.
Them dudes playing for contracts.
Yes, them dudes is playing for contracts.
Yo, and let's not act like Mac McClung and Oscar don't got game.
Listen,
Mac McClung
they can have all that.
Everything. We get it. Yeah, like cool.
They can have all that. It's too many. I'm seeing too many names on Team Powell. They got too much dog in them to let that happen. To go out to Wemby, Hami, Brandon Miller alone ain't letting that team go out to
Deepak, Jabari.
And then, that's what I'm saying. Then you got then add on the rest of the people. That's tough. I'm just talking about the people I know got dog in them. Listen, Jabari's good. I don't know if he got dog in him. Deepak is good. I don't know about the dog.
You don't know about Jabari.
But wait a second though. Can we chill? Can we run this back for a second? Because you keep saying that these guys are playing for contracts. I refuse to believe that no matter how much these dudes get down, they're like this all-star game is gonna get them the contract.
Impressions are everything, yo. Please believe that. Impressions are everything. And these dudes getting I'm not in the NBA. I'm trying to get to the NBA. I'm in the G League. I'm trying to get to the NBA, and everything matters. And if I'm on this crew, I need to show general managers, scouts, to pay attention to what my body language is, how I'm playing, how I'm talking to guys, how I'm acting, if I'm playing hard, how important this stuff is. This isn't just these G League dudes ain't 6 or 7 year all-stars that just can just show up. No, I'm still trying to get to the league, so that definitely matters.
Tyler Smith is 100% playing for a contract. Like Tyler Smith go out there and hoops, that's helping his draft stock. Like that's the guys like that, like the lesser known Ignite guys, they're 100% playing for contracts. Matt McClung, at this point, he might just be the token G League child. So I mean, he might have cracked the code on how to get in front of the most eyes while staying in the G League.
Show up on All-Star weekend.
He might have cracked the code. But everybody else, outside of Ron Holland, Amani Bates, Bucelis, they are playing to increase their draft stock or for a chance to get a contract. 100%.
Yo, shout out to
He might play his way
NBA.
back into the Cavs NBA team. Like he might play his way back.
He ain't get called up yet. He hasn't been called up yet this season.
No, he's been there. He's played a couple games early in the season, but he ain't been there in a while.
But if he's on a two-way deal, you only get like a certain amount of days.
Yeah, but he might be on the roster to close the season.
Sign him for the rest of the season. I've seen.
Yeah.
You said that though, Mark, before the season started, that he would not be on the roster come playoff time. You said,
that's because I watched him. But he might try. Like if he plays well, maybe the Cavs will buy in. Maybe they're like, okay, we could use this wing off the bench for shooting in certain situations. Maybe so. I mean,
they got a pretty good rotation in Cleveland, though. I think they're good right now.
Yo, what's going on, Dale? How you living?
Dale Train, what up?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
What up?
Welcome to the party.
I heard we was talking about one-on-one basketball, and that was just my cup of tea. So
we was just talking about you, Dale.
Oh, can you pull the list back up?
No. We was talking about one-on-one basketball versus me. I don't know.
Yeah, Ox said you're easy work.
He doesn't stand.
I did not say you're easy work, Dale.
Okay,
I made sure
Pretty much
everybody in the chat.
pretty much said
what he
I made
said.
sure
Pretty
to tell. Hold on. I made sure to tell everybody in the chat that Dale is a cold certified hooper.
He doesn't stand. You don't stand a chance. Ox.
That's exactly what he said,
Oh,
Dale.
man.
Which sounds to me like easy work. That's what that sounds like.
I didn't say nobody was easy work. I said I'm
Who's
cooking Dale.
the new guy?
I'm cooking Damo. And as long as Ron takes care of Shaq for me, I'm winning the tournament. That's all I said.
Oh, word. Nah, don't stand a chance. Who's the new guy?
My name is Will.
Oh, you from New York?
Yeah. Well, I don't live in New York right now, but that's
He
where
looks
I'm
like
from.
Terry from BMF.
Let's Google.
No.
I don't know if that's coming or not. Hold on.
Nah.
Wait, Dale. So, did you see the list of names for the one-on-one tournament?
No, you can show me the list, please.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Mm-hmm. Take
And
my
I
name
want
off
you
the
to-
list, Dale. My game is whack.
Nah. Leave everybody's name on the list.
Nah, that mid-range jump shot will never leave you.
I said no.
Rank this
I did say I was cooking you, but I did not say you was easy work. That's what I said.
Ox, honestly, you don't stand a chance. It's just funny, like at all.
That's cool. That's
game
cool. When you and Shaq stop ducking me around, we'll finally get to the bottom
Yo,
of it.
if the game is 11, you probably have 4 just because I'm like, he can't make that. Seriously.
Wow,
That's fire. That's fire, Dale. I think that's fire.
Right,
See,
listen,
Dale. I take you seriously. I take you
Whenever-
serious with this one-on-one.
Listen.
I wasn't taking tickets serious with it. I'm taking you serious. I really
take
would love to
every-
play.
I take every one-on-one serious. And what's crazy is I know Ron takes one-on-one serious, and every time you try to loop Ron in, he doesn't say nothing. He just stay quiet. Like me,
The reason why I don't say nothing is because Shaq know what it is.
no, but this is what I'm talking about. You're the token on that squad. He's not. You're the token. Ox is like, yo, all right, my boy Ron.
I can't talk, Ron. I can't because a lot of gray hairs ago, I bust every last one of y'all ass, every last one of y'all, but I can't no more. So,
Well, if you're saying that Ron don't want no parts of the 2-on-2, that's fine. We can
No,
always
Ron, no, but Ron knows more than you. Ron's been in the trenches. He knows more than you. So as much as Ron know that what he could bring to the table, he also knows what's at the table.
That's cool. I'm not worried about the table. I'm talking about I'll cook you. That's all I'm saying.
Ron said he'll cook you too, Dale. What are you? All right, this is
That's all I'm
crazy.
saying.
Ron said he was.
I mean that with all due respect because I
Ron more
understand.
serious. He would lose his way, but I would take Ron more serious because I seen Ron baby work a little bit. But Ox, no, it doesn't stand a chance.
All right, that's cool. When you and Shaq stop ducking, we'll get to the bottom of this.
I'm too tall to duck, brother.
I feel the same way.
Wait, Dale, how tall are you?
6'8".
I feel the same way.
Handle like a guard.
I've been pushing.
Handle like a guard or handle like a guard?
like a guard. Handle like a guard.
I've been pushing for this for a long time for
Like
everybody to get together and do the 1-on-1 thing, the 2-on-2 thing, because I'm taking the ball from you, Dale.
Tween, cross, hezzy, all that.
No matter what type of handle you got, Dale, I'm taking the ball from you, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm putting clamps on all that.
Never.
For real though, Dale, on some serious shit though, I would really love to play that 1-on-1.
Oh, no, it would be a good game. 11-3. Yo, but what is
I'm not gonna beat you that bad. You'll get at least 7.
The list was
Hold on, I got you.
Oh, there you go.
He said
Ron, Shaq, Bob, Dell, Chill, and me.
And this is 1-on-1.
1-on-ones. Rank.
1v1.
I want you to rank every night. So who you think would be first, second?
I'll be
third,
first,
like,
1-on-1.
You doing
I'll be
3
first
dribbles? You doing
1-on-1.
3 dribbles?
Yes. It's me, Shaq, Ron. I'll take Chill because Shaq is his cousin.
That ain't good enough.
Genetics.
That's good lineage, man. Like, come on. But I never, you know what I'm saying? And I go Bob, then Damo. Damo, I never see nothing. And if we got to rank the new guy, tell me guys.
Yeah, Damo, that bullying. Just so you know, Damo, that bullying. Big Ox is 6'9". Dale's 6'7". So that bullying you doing on the box, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's not happening, Damo. It's not.
Sounds like nothing but a number. Everybody still got ribs.
They hating on me. I'm gonna be honest. They hating on me. I was snubbed. Just cool.
Just so we clear, Damo. Dale's 6'7". Ox is 6'9".
He'll still catch a 3 ball in the eye. What are you talking about?
No.
That height don't mean nothing. This Z-ball post work comes with a strap. I'm a shooter for real. This ain't no play. What?
Nah, but you gotta get the shot off, bro. I'm gonna get the shot off.
I'm gonna get the shot off. What are we talking about? Melvin with the jab step. I'm gonna create space. Space creation will be there.
Yo, Ron, you talk to y'all talk to somebody. Can we line this up some way somehow?
Ron seen Ox play. He's seen me play. He's seen Shaq play. So he should have he knows the more avenues of what's gonna happen or what's gonna transpire.
Dale, Shaq came up here and said to everybody that you don't want it with me. That came out of Shaq's mouth.
Okay.
I'm just saying that came out of Shaq's mouth. I'm not taking his word for him because I know how you get down. I'm just saying, like,
listen,
I'm the dopest nigga on this platform.
Listen,
dopest
you
brother
6'9" for real?
My bad. 6'8.5".
Oh yeah, you're on a panel of 2 people, bro.
He's 6'9". Well, I seen Ox in person. He's saying bit of 6'9". Ain't nothing 6'6".
Being 5'9", maybe average height in the real.
No, but Will, I shoot like Larry Bird.
He's 6'9". So
damn, nah, that's
6'9", 275.
See, so Big Ox makes sense now. That makes sense.
Yeah, that Ox is a big solid dude. Wait, Dale, how much you weigh? What you weighing right now, Dale?
Huh?
What you weighing right now?
I'm like at 233.
I can't handle that.
You can't. Yo.
Who can? Now, 6'9", 275, I know my limits. I'm not Superman. I know my limits. 6'9", 275 is crazy.
Damo,
I don't. 65.
I don't.
6'7", 230.
I don't.
And that's my point. That's my point. That's fine.
No.
I'm worried about my game. If you're 6'7", 230, you're tall. That's cool. You movable. You're not stopping me. You're not stopping me.
I play defense though. Like,
how tall are you, Damo?
All you want. Physics is science. My God,
I don't know how tall you are. You short compared to everyone up here.
I'm the smallest one.
Real defense.
I'm the smallest one.
Big defense.
And Chill like 6'4".
Yo, the scout report with me. Yo, don't set the screen. You don't want him to switch. I play real defense.
Play all the real defense you want in the world. You're 230. I know science. I know numbers. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie.
So basically,
over here. Basically, what I'm saying is, you can score all you want. You can score all you want on me. At the end of the day, you're relying on my fatigue stopping me because you're not stopping me.
No. You could be the most in shape person in the world. I'm locking you up. Me.
No, you're
Sir
not.
Adrian.
The grace of God is stopping me. That's it.
Damo, you live where?
You'll be looking like you.
Wait, where does Damo live?
You'll be like, nah. Let's relax.
Damo's in Charlotte, right?
I'm outside of Charlotte.
Okay. I go to Huntersville, North Carolina twice every summer. On my kids, you'll be the first person I say, "Hey, I'm here. Let's go to the academy where
I just sent you something, Mars.
the Kentucky kid went. From North Carolina.
Can I get an invite to this?
John Wall.
No. The Kentucky kid this year. The guard.
Oh,
Dillingham.
Yes, Rob Dillingham. I go there. That's where I work out. I was working out with him since 8th grade. Easy pull. Since 8th grade, half the videos. Yes, I'll be there. Go twice a summer. Listen to me. I'm calling you up. Bring all your friends. Bring them.
Can I get an invite there?
Oh, come along.
I'll put you on too.
I'm like, come on, bro. I'm trying to ball.
Personal, because you're talking a good one. This physics thing, stop, please. Life as we know it for you has been canceled.
No, it hasn't.
Shit.
Listen, Dale. It can be as personal as you want. No. It can be as personal as you want. Let me know when you're pulling up. Let me know.
Oh, I will.
I don't gotta bring no friends. That's fine. But I will tell you this: all that's gonna happen, you gonna come back on PC and be like, "Yeah, I beat Damo. He got tired." That's what's gonna happen. You beat Damo because he got tired.
Damo,
Like, that's the story. I'm going
to tell you why.
No, you're not going to beat me because you stopped me. You going to beat me because I got tired. I'm going to score 3 straight, and I'm going to fatigue out. That's what's going to happen.
Listen, y'all. If we're talking about it 2 months prior, you shouldn't be tired because you know it's coming. That's one. Because get in shape for that. I want you at your best because no, you're not going to be tired. That's one. Number 2, the difference.
I'm gonna eat a Big Mac on the way to the court. What are you talking about?
That's what's up. The difference between me and you and all these people when it comes to this, and one-on-one and all this stuff, I'm like too cool. No, I was made because of my hunger, and I'm still starving, Damo.
I like
I'm
that
still
shit.
starving.
I like that shit. That's what I'm talking about,
And
Dale.
I'm still
That's what I'm talking
starving.
about. That's what I'm talking about, Dale. You starving. Damo, real quick, Damo, real quick. Let me get in here real quick, Damo, because Dale's starving and I'm trying to eat his lunch. I'll be there. I'm pulling up too. I gotta be there for this. I need my issue. I've been talking about this for over a year. Dale and Shaq been ducking me and Ron. I need this.
All right. I love y'all. Now I'm back on my hiatus. Next time Shaq is up here, I gotta ask him that question. Damo, I promise you, Huntersville, North Carolina. Can't wait.
Mars,
Upon
are
review,
you
I
gonna?
got 1950s chill time cooking all you guys. I'm just saying.
1950s chill is ridiculous.
You guys lucky chill out of his athletic prime.
Not chill in your prime. I
just have to review the film. I just have to
review
review the film. Yeah, chill cooking, you guys. I'm being honest. Chill cooking.
That's kind of where's Fluid when you need him? That's suspicious.
Well, here's the difference. The actual footage that Mars seen is actual footage of me. Like it's not.
Yeah, like, it was real footage. Somehow it's in color. I don't know how that happened, but
on top of that, it's in color too.
It is real footage. If this game was played 50 years ago, I got chill.
I would have loved to put Chill and Shackles back in the 50s. That would have been just my pleasure.
Now wait, real quick, Ron.
Wow. Whoa,
really? In the climate of the world in the 50s?
Poor choice of words, Ron.
I would have loved to have.
I would have loved to have freed
taking Chill out of his game. All right, I would have loved to held Chill to single digits.
Fucking Mars is crazy.
I would have loved to have freed Chill. You want to put him in shackles? Hey, Black History Month, man.
Yeah. Wait, Ron. How tall are you, Ron?
6'4".
What's going on here?
Will, how tall are you?
I'm all right. Well, we gonna round
Tell
up.
the truth, Will. Tell the truth, Will.
Round up. Oh, you 5'11"?
He's 5'9", Damo. He's 5'9".
He said we rounding up.
Bro,
I'm
6'1".
You
I'm 6 foot, but you gotta give me the extra inch though, just cause. Pause.
No, we don't. No,
what?
we don't. No, we do not.
Yeah, nah, bro. Like, nah, because if I put on sneakers, I'm basically 6'1", and you're gonna see me in sneakers. Like if you see me, so I'm 6'1".
So say that then. Say that's how tall you are.
I'm not gonna lie. You play basketball.
If you're 6 foot, you shouldn't have a Napoleon complex. You chilling, right? You just
nah, but then you know,
you do have a Napoleon complex with everybody else.
6'5".
Yeah,
that's some
hey,
Ron 6'4".
Shorter than the average person, and I don't have a Napoleon complex. You're 6 foot, you chilling just because you're in a room of 6'9" people. Like,
yeah,
you all right?
Well, you play ball with shoes on, so however you tall you are with shoes on, that's how tall you are. It don't matter how tall you are without shoes on.
I hoop in high heels, so I'm really 6'3".
Will, you hooped?
Nah, I didn't really play ball growing up. I was more football.
Okay.
What position you play?
Safety, CB, running back, and kick returner.
Easy work.
I want to point out to the people that Dale came and said all that, and then called out the ones with Damo. No disrespect, Damo.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy.
And then I keep saying to include me. What can I get in there? And he just ignoring it. Dale don't want it with me, and it's clear. It's clear.
Man,
to see.
Ox.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Ox. When he pull up, you need to pull up. And I ain't gonna lie. At that point, you just demand the ones because that's crazy. I'll stream it because there's no way he just ducks you like that.
Nah, I'm
live
stream
on
that
Players
live,
Place.
Damo. I need that streamed live, Damo.
He came on live and that ass ducks you, a guy that's really doing this, and called me out. That says a lot.
And for what it's worth, I ran a poll and I said, who are you taking in a 1v1 quote unquote big man tournament? So everybody 6'5" and above. Damo got 29% of the votes. Dale got 31% of the votes. He's not up here, but I had to put him up here because he's also 6'9". I'll put Ticket up there. He got 23% of the votes. And damn, Ox, I guess nobody's taking you serious because you
No
only
one
got
rocking with
18% of
Ox
the
is
votes.
crazy.
First of all,
that missed layup is ruining your reputation.
Me having the second most votes.
What
is
missed
crazy.
layup?
That one missed layup that got alluded to 27,000 times in the last 4 months has ruined your reputation.
I don't even know what missed layup we was talking about whole time.
I think it was a layup where Lowe fouled you and you missed.
Oh my god!
And your reputation hasn't been the same since.
That's insane, bro.
That was a lot of gray hairs to go, Ron. Just so you know, I just want to put that on your mind.
Yo, hey, chill town. I really be in the gym.
I know. I know you do.
All right, y'all. I got a tier list, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into this. But hold on, wait though. We never talked about who's gonna win between Team Jaylen and Team Tamika.
Oh, come on, Ron.
Tamika.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you guys are sleeping on Team Jaylen.
Mm-hmm. I ain't know Scoot Henderson. This was his 4th appearance in the Rising Stars until Damo brought that
He's
to my
the all-time Rising Stars leader.
Star scoring leader. Yeah.
At what point when you rising to be a star do you become a star? Like how long does it take to keep rising to be a star? You can't keep doing it.
No, this is third year. Next year will be his 4th. Yeah, next year will be his 4th.
He's going to be the only person ever to play in 4 Rising Stars games. He's the only prospect who did 2 years in the G-League. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what they change the criteria to. They can change the rookie sophomore next year. He's still in it if he's playing well. That is, like he has a good chance of being literally the all-time leader in genuinely anything but 3-pointers made in Rising Stars.
I don't know how well he's played in the previous ones, but he's at least the all-time leader in appearances.
I'm about to go look now. Now I have to look. I'm definitely before the game.
Are they keeping track of that?
I will.
Rising Star stats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could just pull up the box score and then just add it up. Like,
right, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Maria, ask Ron. He got the footage. I don't have
Footage
it.
what?
Ask Ron. He got it. So.
of Chill hooping. Yeah, I seen it.
So you want me to drop it in the chat?
You can drop it right here. You could drop it right here in front of everybody.
I seen Chill. He was cooking the Portland Trailblazers G-League team in 2000.
You can drop it right here if you want.
Right,
but anyway.
Hey, speaking of Mario, she's curious to know are we gonna show Caitlin Clark a little love today?
She broke the record, right?
Yes, she did, yo. Yes, she did. Yeah. She is a baller, yo. Yes, she is, Big Ox. She is.
Can I ask a question about that? Because Mario did put out a tweet today, and I quote tweeted it. People calling Caitlin Clark the best female college hoop player ever.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Now everyone's saying that's insane. Now let me ask: is there a difference between being the best and being the greatest? And if so, which conversation does she have a better foot in? Because I personally said I feel like because she doesn't have any championships, right? She hasn't won anything.
So is the greatest anyone who played for those UConn teams that were winning every year?
Yeah, we got to talk about mine more and Diana Taurasi before we do anything.
We got to
talk about Cheryl Swoops. We got to
talk about Cheryl Miller before we talk about any of them girls.
We still going back.
That's what we got to talk about before we talk about any of them girls that any of y'all brought up. The first name that comes up is Cheryl Miller. That's what we got to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Rebecca Lobo. It's a lot of players we got to talk about.
So does Caitlin have a better case of being Is she better suited to be in the greatest college female player of all time or college player of all time, however you want to do it, or the best?
I know where you're going with it,
doesn't-
Damo. And
I don't see her in this conversation.
Caitlin has produced a lot, but yo, she's a baller too. She's
Mhm.
super nice with the pill. In addition to her being super nice with the pill, she's one of the best distributors. You don't see a lot of scorers that's distributors like that. I think she got over 1,000 assists for her career at Iowa. So she's one of the better passers, one of the better one-on-one players. She's nice as hell, yo. Yeah,
I think she has a better conversation in the greatest conversation, Damo, than the better, because we got to talk about Tamika Holslaw. Like she not, you know what I'm saying? Tamika Holslaw was crazy, and I don't think Caitlin Clark can get with the players we're talking about. Like Chill just brought up Cheryl Miller. We can stop right there. You know what I'm saying? We can go with Cheryl Swoops. You know what I'm saying? Like I already said, Diana Taurasi.
Don't say it like that, though. Don't say it like she can't play with them. Caitlin.
I'm gonna say it like that, Ron. I'm gonna comfortably say it like that. Caitlin Clark can't play with Tamika Holslaw.
She can play with anybody. I'm not gonna say she's better than them, but she can play. She can play on any floor.
She can play on any team. No doubt. I'm not saying that. Like if they put a team of all the greatest together, Caitlin can be in the game, no doubt. But I'm saying like if we're talking about who's better as basketball, Caitlin Clark and Tamika Holslaw is not a conversation to me. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about Caitlin Clark and Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi.
That's what I was going to say.
It's not a conversation to me.
That's what I was going to add. Like as good as Caitlin Clark is, like I remember seeing Maya Moore in college, going, God damn, this chick's super nice. And she was in a system like that. They didn't even give her the ball.
With that shooting ability, Ron, she could play with anybody. I don't mean it like that. I ain't mean no disrespect. Like she can't be in that team, or you know what I'm saying. I mean as far as just who's better. I don't really think it's a conversation with that group of young women. I don't think it's a conversation.
For what it's worth, Caitlin Clark ain't even the best player in the nation right now.
Who better than her?
That's what I'm saying, Ron. Like
y'all say what y'all want to. It's somebody in USC that got something to say.
She is not better than Caitlin Clark. No,
you don't think Juju got more? Juju got more work than Caitlin. No, chill. What I'm saying is Juju can from anywhere on the floor. Like
okay, and so can Caitlin. Caitlin can put it on the floor. She can play in the mid range. Not only that, she plays defense in the passing lanes. So when we're talking about how good Juju is buckets. I won't argue that. Juju is buckets. And I think I watched them play UCLA. I forgot that girl that she was covering her, who she basically looked like she had her in a blender.
Yeah.
I ain't even talking about when they played Stanford and she put 50 on them. No, I didn't even talk about that. I'm talking about when they played against UCLA. And she looked like she had that girl in a blender. But your whole defense, your entire game plan, when you play up against Iowa, you gotta stop her.
Right. I don't got Juju. I got Cameron Brink. I don't even got Juju. I got Cameron Brink as the best player in the country.
And for what it's worth, I'm more so saying like even Caitlin Clark is obviously the best player in the nation. Like we can say what we want to do, want to, and all of that. But like in terms of longevity,
no, she's not obviously the best player in the country, man.
Juju is going to be better than Caitlin.
Damn.
Why y'all keep skipping over Cameron Brink?
All-time leading scorer in NCAA history. She's the only woman in NCAA history to be the all-time leading scorer and have over 1,000 assists. She's the all-time. I think she's at the top of the University of Iowa in assists, in addition to being buckets. So that's a complete offensive player. She's not just a quote-unquote shot chucker, or as Damo would call it, the Bay Area Kimba. Nah, she ain't that. She gets off the peel.
Yo, tribe one. Juju is 18, averaging 27 and 7. Like
that is crazy.
No, crazy. And on top of that, like she damn near 3'4", so she's bigger. She got a handle. She do everything, like literally everything, and she's 18. So in 3 years, you know what this is gonna look like?
What it should look like.
Also, thanks in the chat for Robert Carr for reminding us of one of the greatest players to ever grace the hardwood in Elena Delle Donne. Let's not forget about Elena Delle Donne. She didn't. You know why she didn't get that much love? Because she stayed home to be close to her sister. She would have went to UConn or one of those schools. Going there. They would know what time it is. But Elena Delle Donne clears Caitlin Clark. And
Big Ox, you're a women's basketball advocate. Go do your homework on a woman named Lucia Harris. She was drafted into the NBA in the late 70s. one of the best players you'll ever see. She went to a small, I think it was an NAIA school. She was drafted into the NBA. That's how she was drafted by the Jazz. She didn't go because she didn't feel like she was good enough, but she was fantastic. Go check her out.
All right, y'all. I got this tier list up here. We're gonna rank all the sophomores.
Utah. I'm sorry, the New Orleans Jazz, not the Utah Jazz. This is
and rookies.
Mm-hmm.
These are the tiers I got. I got the S tier, A tier, B, C, and D. Kept it fairly
just
simple.
the players playing in the game. Oh, okay.
No. It's a few more players. There's some players outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to use your discretion, but more so, this is a prediction on how their careers will be. Not necessarily right now, but what we think, how good we think that they can be.
Oh, okay. Projection. Okay.
Oh,
What's the order? What's the order, chat?
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, chat. We need a good old order. Y'all know how we do.
Just put me third. Chat, put me third. Come on, man. Put me third.
Honestly, that doesn't matter where you put me. I'm being honest about my assessment of these players. Y'all know me.
Sound like you was about to say bombs.
Oh man, Damo about to get nasty.
That's what it sounded like. Damo was about to say.
I'm about to be honest about what I see and I project.
Mm.
Bro,
all right, here we go. Appreciate you, James.
What the hell?
James,
Good job, James.
James, how am I gonna get kicking if you wait? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
James, say no more. I thought me and James were good buddies, man. But hey, man, I guess not.
All right, here we go. It's on you first, Damo.
Who the hell is that? Leaky Black. Let me stop. Who is this? No, who is this?
That's Amari Bailey.
D.
Damn, you don't believe in his NBA career?
Hell no.
Can we just rank? Can we rank his mama?
That's crazy.
That's
Who is his mother?
That's the one Drake got with, right?
Whoa, chill time. You ain't seen that boy mama?
I have not.
Amari Bailey was tough in high school, though.
Didn't he go to Sierra Canyon, right? With Bron?
Yeah,
he did. He was there with Brian.
And then he went to UCLA and man.
Chill time. Basically, what I'm saying is, if that boy couldn't dribble with either hand, if he couldn't chew gum and walk at the same time, he'd be my starting point guard. That's what I'm saying. Chill time.
All right, Dyson Daniels, you got him, Mars. Where are you putting him?
So S is like they're gonna be a superstar, right?
Yes.
Superstar, damn near generational.
Okay, and then A would be like all-star level player.
All NBA. I would say all NBA, and then B more like all-star.
B.
You think DD got all-star potential?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been pushing the Dyson Daniels train for Josh Giddey, who played defense, but like good. That's what we'll start at some point.
All right, keeping it lit. Will, it's on you next. You got Imani Bailey.
D.
I mean, Imani Bates. I'm tripping.
Yeah, Imani Bates. D.
Wow.
You ain't see Imani Bates in high school?
Yeah, but it's the NBA.
Man, that level.
So you don't think he pans out at all?
That level of talent is going. So does D mean out the league?
Nah. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah. No. That's a fair.
I would
question.
assume so. Yeah. Because if B is all-star,
so what's
D is role player?
Is D like a bum, or does it mean like killing?
D is a bum.
I thought this meant just like like D meant like end of the bench kind of guys. Like that's what I think Imani Bates is gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't know about like that. Man. I think he's gonna be a journeyman, and at some point he's gonna end up on somebody's roster, and we might be talking about him as an all-star one day.
He gonna get on the Heat at some point and be a hooper. Like,
watch. I know that sounds ridiculous, but
all right, chill. You got Jalen Duren.
I think Jalen Duren's going to be an all-star. Yes, sir.
So A, B,
B.
All right.
Damn, Will you put Imani Bailey D?
No, I think he's better. I definitely put him in front.
Imani Bates. I mean,
put him in front of Dyson Daniels because he's definitely better than him. I think at minimum he's going to be an all-star. At minimum.
I got Bilal Coulibaly. I think he's going to be better than than Dyson.
Okay.
Place that man
Mhm.
right there. He
I gotta
actually got a
watch
lot of
more.
upside too.
Wait, did Ox get Keegan?
Look at God, Morris. Won't he do it? Hey, Morris. Hey, Morris. Won't he do it?
Hey, follow your heart, man. Follow your heart.
So A is what? All-Star?
All NBA.
All NBA.
Damn, that's gonna be rough.
Big Ox, do not start with the looking up in the sky because you said him and Jason Tatum in the same conversation. You said that.
Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly.
Okay, so are we going right to the top of the list then where the S is?
What? What is S?
Superstar.
Superstar MVP level player. Like,
No, let's keep it in A. Let's keep it at. Let's go Abram.
Uh-oh, he don't push all his
list
chips
is
on the
cooked.
table.
I definitely
that was the first bad move.
Nah, I'm saying no. In the next
I think you could argue my Dyson Daniels pick was questionable, but I'm a Dyson Daniels believer. So,
all right, we're back to the top. Damo, it's on you. You got Jaime Jaquez.
Go ahead, throw him in the S tier. I have a lot of faith in Jaime.
Superstar behind me. Huh?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. To me, he can be a form of a level of a super. Go A.
The list is
Go A.
Okay.
Go A.
Oh,
Go A.
to say, Damo.
Yeah.
Is he better than Keegan Murray,
Jaime.
Damo?
Oh yeah. Put him in front of Keegan though. Put him in front of Keegan.
So he's better than Keegan Murray.
Yeah, absolutely. What?
How old is Jaime? Is he 23 already?
Yes.
Yeah, he is an older rookie.
And that's still with the okay. Interesting.
Better than Keegan is ridiculous, but I respect it though. I like Jaime.
All right, Mars, you got Jaden Ivey. We have seen a good couple weeks the last couple weeks. Now that
22.
Monty is.
That's how old he is. 22. 3.
I think Jaden Ivey can get in the All-Star team on occasion. Put him in the B tier. Behind. I think
Mars, when you say on occasion, that means more than once. So he's gonna be
like he'll B tier, on B tier. He gonna he's a good player. He can be. We'll put him ahead of Dyson.
All right, Will. Asor Thompson.
C. I don't think he's gonna be an all-star.
You think he will be?
No, I said I don't. I think that he'll just be a solid player in the league. Yeah, but I don't think that he'll really be like all-star level.
Let's give him a level though. Like, what's a comparison for Asor Thompson? Like, what level of player?
I say for like a player that's good but never made an all-star team, I think it could be something like a Mike Conley, where we respect him, but I just don't think he will make an all-star team, and that's what B is, right?
So like Ron Harper.
Mike Conley did make an all-star team, but I get your
point.
Yeah, 21. He was an all-star.
He made the all-star team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well,
I do get your point.
Well, what if I told you that Mars? What if I told you that Mars thinks he's a better defender than Scottie Pippen as a rookie?
I don't think I would say that just yet.
Just yet.
Yeah, I mean, the
only reason Asar isn't getting the same love he was getting at the start of the season is because Monty Williams doesn't know what he's doing. But
he has no idea what's going on.
Cool. But I don't mind him not being an all-star because his offense is kind of cooked.
Chill, you got Jabari Smith.
Oh, y'all know how I feel about him. Put him in front of put him right behind I want to go between him and Jaime, but I'm not gonna go that far, but definitely put him in between Jaden and the kid Will.
He better than Jaime. What are we doing? Oh,
hold on.
He might Mars. I think he might be, yo. I for real. I think he might be better than Jaime Jaquez. 100%.
He probably is better than Jaime, but Jaime don't belong in that A tier anyway, Mars. So
he doesn't. But
matter of fact,
we can't just make it up.
Jabari's 2 years younger than Jaime, and they're damn near the same level.
Put him at the top of the A list. Put Jabari at the
top.
I'm
about to say, wait, we can't see Jaime making an All NBA team, All NBA team, not first team. You can't see him having a year where he could be third.
No,
he
personally no, but I'm lower on Jaime.
So that's a top 15 player, Mars.
I'm lower on Jaime than a lot of people.
Yeah, personally. You are.
The A team is a perennial All NBA team guy. B tier is a perennial all-star guy, not a guy that'll make 1 or 2. This means you're an all-star.
Oh, move Dyson to C. Move Dyson to C.
I'm about to say, yeah, move
Dyson to
Hobby
C.
down one. Move Hobby down one.
Move Dyson
My
to
bad.
C. Dyson's not
I
gonna
thought
be
it was just can make all NBA level player at a certain point, something like that. I thought that's what this was. But if we're talking about multiple times.
Keep Keegan where he at,
Oh,
Ron.
then move Jaden Ivey down to C2. He's not perennial stuff. Sorry. Okay, there we go.
You said on occasions, Mars. So on
Yeah, he
occasion,
can make it
that
a
definitely means
couple.
more than
Like,
one.
if he makes it, is Drew Holiday a perennial all-star?
I only think Drew Holiday made the All-Star team one time,
He's made it twice in Philly and in Milwaukee.
and I think that's
in a
I think
10-year
that was
stretch.
that's what I'm about to say. That's separated.
That's the C
That's
tier.
why I think Jaden Ivey will get in as an injury replacement one time, and he'll get in on his own merit like one other time. I think he'll make a couple, but I don't think he's going to be a perennial all-star. But he's going to be a very good player. The league is just leveling up. Like that's where I'm at. Like, I think he's a B tier player, but if the criteria is perennial all-star, then he has to go and C.
I'm big on Jabari Smith.
All right, y'all. I got Jordan Hawkins. This may disgruntle a few of you guys, but
There's no way.
he's at the top of the D tier.
D tier? What?
Yeah.
Wait, D tier is what? D tier is what again?
I'll
D
play.
tier is essentially bench
D tier is a
players.
good
Bench players.
Good
He's
career.
better than that.
Good
He's definitely
career.
better than that.
Then we need a tier below D tier because
Wait, but I thought that C was just like, good
Yeah,
player,
I
but
thought-
kind of bench.
I thought C
So
was good
I
role
thought D
players.
Yeah, D was
Yeah.
like kind of like end of bench guys.
You're right. And
Okay,
Jordan
I
Hawkins
think
definitely better
personally,
than
I
that.
think we need to remove the All NBA criteria because it's messing it up. In my opinion, I think we should. S, we know what S is. It's the LeBron James and the Giannis and the Jokic and those guys. A is the Jason Tatums and the Jimmy Butlers and the Damian Lillards. B's is the like Carl Anthony Towns, Zions, and them guys. And then C's is like
Drew
CJ
Holiday.
McCollum. But I think there needs to be a tier for bums.
I thought how we did it was fine. It's just the confusion between the bottom tiers. I think we all can understand what the top is now. S, A, and B is fine. I think differentiating between C and D is what we need to worry about. I thought C would be journeyman.
I thought D
role
was
players.
bums. Yeah, I thought D
Yeah,
was
I thought D would be bums, bums in the bench guys. C would be role player journeyman. That's what I thought C was. If B was going to be all-star caliber players, A is going to be all NBA players, S is going to be superstars.
That's
don't
what
know
he
how-
is, and that's where Jordan Hawkins is.
And just say you don't watch Jordan then. That's
Wait, so Jordan Hawkins at end of the bench guy.
That's
He's gonna be a
insane.
rotation player.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need the F tier. I'm with Dirty Dev. I think we need the F tier.
Ox, you got Walker Kessler. I'm gonna throw this F tier on here though.
Oh wait, Walker Kessler is cold. I like Walker Kessler. I don't think just based on how the league goes, I don't think he'll be an all-star. But I think he's better than those three guys in the D tier.
Can we move Amari Bailey and Amani Bates to F?
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Let me put. I still want to put Walker Kessler in that C tier though.
He's going to be an
Yeah.
all-league defender at some point too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's gonna make some all defensive teams, but so is Hassan
Yeah.
Thompson.
Yeah, let me put Walker Kessler at the front of C. I think I'll put Walker at the front of C.
All right, back to the top. Damo. It looks like you got
Um,
Casey Wallace.
Put him at the front of D tier. I really want to put him at the back of the C tier, but I feel like all those guys are starters. I don't see Kaysen being a solidified starter in his career. So back at the front of D tier. Kaysen's nice though.
All right, Mars. Paulo Banchero.
Put him above Jabari.
Yes, Damo.
I think
yes.
he wants him in the S tier.
He's not an S.
No, he's Antoine Walker, except a better athlete. That's who he is.
If you think Paulo Banchero is a
Paulo,
superstar
man.
in the making,
That's who he is. He's Antoine Walker, except a better.
I
athlete.
don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a superstar. Personally,
I don't either.
The
Damo,
hate
I
is
am with
real.
you.
It's just
That's hate?
crazy.
That's hate. I
Well,
think he's
more
gonna be a
than the
top
nigga.
15 player in the NBA.
Right.
Yeah, that is hate because he's gonna be high. He's gonna be a top 5 player at a point in time in his career. He's gonna be a top 5 player.
What?
Oh,
By the-
okay, yeah. I vehemently disagree.
By the end of the 2020s, early 2030s, he's a top 5 player in the NBA.
I adamantly disagree.
That's who I see when I see him. I think he's Antoine Walker, except a better athlete. He'll be an All NBA player. I think he's a 2010 guy. But no, I don't think he's
in another 6 years. Yeah, I'm talking
Will,
about
Will, you got
players who are going to
on.
continue to come in with the fact that Luka's 24. Yeah, he's not going to be top 5. Luka and Wemby are already taking up 2 of those spots.
Okay,
that's
Yo,
like
Will, you got too many.
You didn't even bring up Chet. Neither.
Yeah,
You ain't even
he's going to be better than Chet.
Off.
He's going to be better than Chet.
Yeah, well, I disagree. Well, we'll see where I put Chet if I have him.
Will, where you putting Tumani Kamara?
I don't even think I've seen.
You're working with Tumani. That's tough.
Like D or F, maybe.
Please put him D.
Please put him D. Please go F.
Please put him D. Please put him D. Please put him D.
We go F.
No, where you want him at, Will? Where you want him at, Will?
Insane. Oh my God.
Will, you want him at F? That's where you at.
Yeah.
We're putting him in a tier with guys who have done nothing in the league, and Tumani's one of Portland's best defenders and one of their best young players.
That Kamara kid is
come on,
but
man.
That ain't hard. That ain't hard to be.
Tumani, you
But
got
Tumani
a big fat
legitimately looks good. These guys can't even play in the league.
Chill. You got Benedict Mathurin.
I think he's better than. I think he's going to be better than Ivy. I think he's going to be better than Dyson Daniels too. Put him in front of Dyson Daniels.
Tumani, I got your back, man. I don't think you're going to be out the league.
Brandon Miller. What do you know?
Mm.
Let's go ahead and jump up to this A tier. Yeah.
I got to start watching. It's hard.
Yeah.
Charlotte is a hard watch, but I got to start watching this dude because I keep hearing Paul George, and I'm thinking, is he that nice?
He's not great around the rim,
right?
But he can shoot the hell out the ball.
And he's smooth. Super smooth. 6'9", smooth as hell with the rock, smooth jumper. I love Brandon Miller. Good placement, Ron. That's a good placement right there.
Yeah, Brandon
started it.
I knew he'd be better than what I saw in the summer league, but
I've already apologized to him enough. I'm done apologizing to him. I was just wrong. We move.
Ox, you got Andrew Nimart. Where are you putting him?
Put him down there with Jordan and what's his name? Kaysen
Wallace, yeah.
Yeah, put him down there, Ron.
It looks like Shaden Sharp is next. And Damo, you got him.
Shaden Sharp?
Yes, healthy. And by the way, healthy. Damo.
Put him at the top of C tier.
Top of C?
Yep. Top of C tier. Yep.
What?
Good job, Damo. Good job, Damo.
Mars, Mars, when you looking at Shaden Sharp,
Jaime is not going to be better than Shaden Sharp.
No way. Neither is Bilal. Hey,
He's
Damo,
already
sorry.
better than him.
He's 3 years older.
So, okay, that means he's better.
Right now. But
I'm hating for putting Paolo in A tier, by the way.
Yes, you are.
I think that was a perfect placement, Mars. I agree with that.
That's because, me and you.
Mars, you got
but y'all not right there with Shaden Sharp, but me and him.
Keontae's B tier above Jaime.
All right, Will. Jeremy Sohan.
I think C tier.
Okay.
Where at though? So you got Ivy, you got Dyson Daniels, you got Mathurin, you got Thompson. Where is he on this list right here? And
I would say put him between Mathurin and Dyson. Yeah, right there.
I don't like Jaden Ivey being at the back of this tier. Just don't like it.
I put him ahead of Dyson when I did it. But then when I moved him down, because I had them both in the B tier, then I changed my mind. But I had Jaden Ivey ahead of Dyson. And then everyone else put their guys above Jaden Ivey for whatever reason.
All right, Chill. It's on you. You got Chet Holmgren.
I think Chet's at the top of the A list.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I think he's at the top of the A list.
I'd be pushing major S agendas.
Still,
But
he's not.
that's fine.
Maybe
100%. He's an All NBA. He's an All League defender. I think he's an All Star. I think he's going to be a 20 and 10 guy perennially. I think he's going to be a 20 and 10 guy at some point on the regular. And the only reason why he's not in the superstar category because I think that they're going to hold on to him. And they're going to have to choose between him and they're going to have to make a choice between him and J-Dub. They're going to pay J-Dub. They're going to pay him too, and SGA.
This list may only have one S tier player if Chet can't make it. And Paolo can't make it.
It's for sure only one.
Yeah, this list. If I see anyone else other than a certain Frenchman make the S tier, the list is cooked.
I mean, Mars, if I get my hands on somebody, you know.
Is that Vasily Mičić on the list?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We got J-Dub next. And Ron, you got J. I know I was saying what I was saying when I was saying it earlier. You right here with Brandon Miller.
Yes.
Valid.
Yes.
Okay,
valid.
Chet and J-Dub are on the same level.
I would have put Chet S tier, but hey man.
And S means like generational, right?
Wait a minute though.
S means like superstar MVP
superstar,
level
superstar
player.
level
Like,
player.
Wasn't Kobe and Shaq on the same level? Shaq was just ahead of him on that level. They were still on the same tier.
both in the S tier.
Right.
Chet the S tier.
It's two A's that should be S's in my opinion, but you only can control your pick.
Yo, Ox, you got Andre Jackson Jr.
Who?
Oh my god, he's a rookie on the Bucks. He went to
Look,
UConn.
nah, we just gonna do this. Ox, I'm gonna give you
know
Mark
who he
Williams,
is.
all right.
I mean, I've heard of him, but I can't properly rank him. I don't want to disrespect the kid. You know what I mean? Like,
You got Mark Williams.
oh, cool, okay. I'll put Mark at the. Damn, Mark is better than that though, but I just can't really comfortably. Wait, C is make an all-star team?
No, B is the all-star team. C is quality role player.
Okay, throw Mark in C at the back of C. We'll put Mark at the back of C.
Shout out to Ajax. I know who you are.
I've heard of him, Mars. I just don't really, I don't.
That is valid. If you don't feel comfortable ranking someone, I think that's fair. Better than like putting like.
I don't want to disrespect the guy.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Damo, you got Andre Jackson.
F. F.
Trash. You got to be
It don't matter where you put him.
That's trash.
Do we get like not vetoes, but do we get like reorganizers if it's enough time?
We can make that happen at the end.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough time. We got like 18 minutes.
Yeah, I'm about to say we gotta speak.
Trace Jackson. Mars.
Oh my god. C. Yeah, C. Back of C.
I think he might be better than Dyson Daniels when it's all over with, Mars. I do.
Christian Braun, Will.
Maybe.
Solid role player. Yeah, I'm gonna go C for Christian Braun. But towards like, yeah, you could put him at the back.
All right, now who got this pick, and do you want to trade?
Oh, Gigi?
No, we're not trading with you, Damo. No, I'm not. Because I already know where you're going.
This man about to put Gigi right next to me.
I'm not. All right, go ahead, man. Just go ahead. Just don't disrespect my guy, man. Don't disrespect my guy.
Gigi.
Damo, are you willing to give up 2 picks for this 1 pick?
Can you scroll down about like who's the rest of these guys?
Whose pick is it right now?
Yeah, whose pick is it? One.
Oh, there's a lot of guys. Like, okay, we know.
No, we only go into Black.
Anthony Black. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not missing.
Damn, we're not doing J Hoods. We're not doing J Hoods. Oh man.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, I am comfortable giving up 2 picks to make sure Gigi is respected. Yes. Whose pick is it though?
Chill.
I'll give you my next 2 picks, man.
Don't do it, Chill.
We can definitely reorganize this, which means trade later. So you know what? I'm going to take you up on your 2 first rounders. I'll take your 2 1s. You give me.
There we go. That's all I needed.
I'll take your 2 1s.
Go ahead and put my guy Gigi right between Asar and Benedict, baby. C tier, right in the middle of them.
Oh, I think Chill would have put him there.
That's what I was going to put him.
I don't trust it. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to put him.
See what
I would have put him in the B tier.
I would have put him in the B tier too.
I'm not gonna say B tier just yet. But after seeing what happened to Apollo and Jaylen, I don't trust none of y'all with these guys. That I trust.
That's what I was about to put him. Yeah.
Jaylen. What Jaylen?
All right, y'all. I got Tari Eason, another Seattle guy. I'm gonna try not to be biased. I want to say right here.
Oh, come on.
I want to say right there. Where should he be, Mars?
He better than Benedict. I mean, that's cool. It's cool. Shout out to Tari, man.
We got super chats too that we gotta read.
All right, Ox.
Host.
You got Victor. Yeah. Do the wrong thing.
Go ahead and be different. Ox, go ahead and be different.
You muted Ox.
I think we know his answer with or without his mic being on.
Can't hear you, Big Ox.
Y'all got me? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, now you hot.
You said Victor, as in Victor Wembanyama?
Yep.
Yes.
That's easy. That's the easiest one.
It's not that easy, Chilton.
Yeah, actually it is. Let's discuss it real quick.
Wemby's A tier right now.
Personally,
okay. Yep.
I got Paolo and Chet ahead of Wemby. So with that being said, let's go ahead and put Wemby. No, I'm trolling.
No, okay, I was about to say. Don't stop.
No, I can't do it, Damo. I can't do it, Damo.
Stop.
I'm not cooking the list. Let's put him where he rightfully belongs, Ron.
At the top of the franchise.
He's a superstar.
Yes, he is.
I wanted to troll so bad, but I can't do that.
Okay, there we go.
All right, fellas. We're gonna have to get back to that list probably Monday.
Oh man,
we left it a good spot. It's still some more good names to get to, so we'll get around to it. But I got a ton of super chats, so I gotta honor the good people in here. So let's go ahead and get into it. Jay Got Game said, caught up with the live panel, but Mars, you were cooking in the first quarter. I don't think you can change media and most basketball fans in the way they see the top players in winning and losing. That's a tall task. Love the panel.
Which is dope, which is fine, but it's a dope thing to talk about. The fact that Mars brought that up and we had to have a conversation about it and understand what your stance is, Mars, and my stance. Hell yeah, we have to have conversations about that. Yes, we do. Because if we keep doing the same thing that everybody else doing, then what the hell are we doing here?
I think things are changing ever so slightly. But, I mean, people are going to hold on to what they know. I mean, that's understandable. Mm-hmm. It's happened throughout history.
John Lyon said on Gil's podcast, Maurice Johnson said that Dame isn't playing like Dame because he hasn't figured out how to play with the Greek Freak, and he's trying to fit in with the Bucks instead of playing like Dame.
I think he's just worse.
Prince Ali Rogers said, on some real ish, salute to Colin Sexton for uplifting his brother, John Collins. That really made me smile. Love to see black men uplift each other. 100. Colin Sexton got a fan for life out of me.
Right.
Shout out, Colin.
Yeah, he a better man than me.
Yeah, he's the ball in the stands. All right, come on, man. Get it back together.
Yeah, Colin Sexton a better man than me. So shout out to him.
Winter with the super chat said, did y'all see Marquez Johnson? What has been happening with the Bucks on Gil's Arena yesterday?
Was that the same thing about Dame not playing like Dame?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, I did not see.
Me neither.
I'm going to have to go check it out. Appreciate y'all for sending through the super chat.
I can't handle the one dude that's on there. That's why I don't watch that show.
Respect Rashad McCants. That's an NBA player show.
The Tribe One said, where do you guys rank the Bucks as far as trust level for you guys? As far as the playoff teams go, Just keep in mind, Giannis will be the best player on the court every game. Also, do you think Embiid will return?
I think Embiid will return, and I think the Bucks can beat. I think if right now they'd play who? They'd play Indy. Oh, okay.
I think
The Bucks
they're
can,
out.
the Bucks can get to the conference finals. I probably have them losing in round 2.
I think they're out.
Hey, the tribe won. Keep your faith, brother. Giannis, 2 rings this year. Keys, if the NBA did a sophomore versus junior class, what 10 players would you pick for each team? Let's just do the junior class.
The sophomore versus junior class. So third year guys?
We know the sophomores. What junior guys?
The third year would be like Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Cade, Kuminga, Franz, Sengun.
You can stop right there. We good.
Oh yeah, the sophomores are cooked.
They smoke. Yeah, them third year guys.
Sophomores
Jalen Johnson would be on that team. Trey Murphy would be on that team.
Yes. Them third year guys, they serve them.
Jalen Suggs would be on that team.
Going for 50.
Herb Jones would be on that team.
Yep.
Like this, Mars.
Cam Thomas would probably be on that team. That's 10, right? Is that 10?
Hey, that third year team tough.
That's what I count. I counted 9.
Yeah, they win.
Yeah, they do. Wouldn't Cade be on that team too, Mars?
Yeah, I said Cade. If I didn't say Cade, yeah, Cade would be the 10th. Yeah, Cade. There you go.
Is Davion on that team?
Davion got drafted that year.
Right.
He ain't making the team, but
he's on the squad, Mars. He's getting on the team.
Unless he's the brother of like Scotty Barnes or something, getting on nepotism. Yeah, he could.
Drink More Water said, with the All-Star game approaching us, we are headed towards the home stretch. What are some underrated NBA stories that haven't gotten much light? I think we are ignoring how Houston and Orlando fell off a cliff.
Listen here. The reason we fell off a cliff is because Fred VanVleet is now missing time. Tari Eason hasn't played since 2023, and he was probably our best wing defender.
Will, can you mute your mic, please?
Dylan Brooks missed time, and Jabari Smith missed time. So at all stretches of the season, our wing defense has disappeared. And also, like Orlando, we can't shoot the basketball. So our offense is terrible because the only person who is probably a consistent shooter on our team is Dylan Brooks. And Cam Whitmore just got hurt. So that's the problem. We just dealt with a bunch of injuries and we can't shoot. But we're still on track for our little 35 wins. So I'll still be satisfied. And Orlando fell off because they can't shoot the basketball. And Franz got hurt. That's it.
And they don't play Isaacs enough.
Facts.
Drink More Water. Story that's definitely going under the radar. Still the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're the number 2 team in the East. Hottest team in the NBA. Going berserk right now. And we still don't talk about them as much as we should.
I don't think that the biggest narrative is Kawhi Leonard being healthy.
No, he just missed the game because of an injury. So who knows? Maybe he
did he though? I mean, did they hold him out?
They said it was a strain of some kind, but I remember they said he was dealing with knee soreness in the playoffs and he had a torn meniscus. So, hey, who knows? I'm not wishing injury on Kawhi, but
come on, Kawhi.
The stories they tell are never the full
games
truth.
Left. Come on, brother.
Yeah, the stories they tell are never the full truth. If Kawhi's out for the All-Star game,
he's not playing the All-Star game.
It might be a bit more.
And it's too late to replace him too. It's too late. It's too late to replace him with somebody.
But I do believe it is just precautionary. But you never know with the Clippers and what they say.
Marcus Little sent through a super chat and it didn't say anything.
Thanks, brother.
Shout out to you, Marcus Little. Appreciate you. Jacob Boston said WW2 World War II era Chilltown is unguardable. He was in the lab with James A. Naismith.
Mars is the one who started this narrative. I don't know why y'all think I'm that old. I'm not. Mars think Mars is wild as hell with that. But anyway, whatever.
Narrative. Okay. Narrative.
Jacob Boston also said Chill dropped 26 in an All-Star game in Normandy.
I did not.
Chill was part of the Christmas Day truce in World War I.
This is what I got to deal with on the regular. Will, just so you know, this is not just today. This is on the regular. Mars thinks I'm older than Greg Popovich, just so you know. Yeah.
In the same graduating class, at least.
Marcus Little said, every time a player gets criticized, all of a sudden they want to bring up Tatum to hype up somebody else. Ron should be banned from Take. Tatum's starting to get the undeserved Melo hate. Read L host.
Which is crazy because, like, we talk about Jason Tatum, being at the long ball line. Did you dudes know that Luka has over 10 games this season where he shot 2 for 9 or worse at the long ball line? He's got 5 games where he shot 1 for 9 or worse. I just want to put that on your mind when y'all talk about Tatum at the long ball line.
Wait, chill. Question. Like, so you think that Tatum's better than Luka?
I think that I don't think they're that far apart. I don't.
DSG Piccolo said, "What's up?"
Go ahead, Ron.
DSG Piccolo said, "Tumani in F, get this man Will out of here, Ron. Shaded in C2, I swear Damo hates anything Portland." DSG
I was watching for both of them. I
places.
was watching for both of them, but I mean, there's only so much I can do.
And we'll get back around to that list. We'll finish it, and we'll go ahead and make any type of revisions that may need to be made to it. Anthony Rosario said, Kyrie over Dame. Kyrie's efficiency is different, plus averaging the same points, and Kyrie's top 5 in ethical buckets. 34, 9, and 8 with 0 free throws.
Kyrie's top 5 in ethical buckets?
How we know that?
Who does this?
Yeah. Even though he had 90% free
Can
throws.
you name 5 more ethical scorers than Kyrie?
Right. And Irv goes to the stripe. Man, he might not live at this free throw line, but he goes to the stripe. Because Irv gets to the rim.
Not like
Quake White said, if Bron averaged 30, 15, and 10 on 50, 40, 90 and lost to the Warriors in 2018, are we saying it's because Bron wasn't good enough?
Why did he not average 35, 20, and 12?
There you go. Why didn't he should average? He had 51 in game 1. Why couldn't he do that for the rest of the series?
Exactly.
John Lyon said, is George Karl that bad of a coach for Denver? Because every player that played for him in Denver hated him.
That's because there was a bunch of divas that wanted to party and smoke weed all day. Boys weren't serious.
I don't blame him.
I'm saying, like, that's what the coach is supposed to do. Hold them boys accountable. They want to be all out in the club. You know what I'm saying? Man, get in the gym. Play some basketball. Stay off the weed.
But like, listen to George Karl or party and smoke weed and do other things with beautiful individuals all day.
I mean, Bron, me.
What would you do?
Well, you know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do, Ron.
Blue pill or red pill?
You don't got to ask me, Ron. I'm gonna be in the strip club smoking weed, but they should do the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Pass that.
Yeah.
It's Mr. GQ to you said Mars doesn't believe leadership factors into a player's overall ... That's why he said CP3 clears Isaiah Thomas.
That is not why. But I mean, I don't know if I said clears.
Is that why, Mars? Is that why, Mars?
And also, I think I've also posed this question before. Tell me why you think Isaiah Thomas is such a great leader compared to Chris Paul, besides the fact you're going to say he won 2 championships.
He organized the bad boys. He was a leader of a gang and tricked you into thinking that he wasn't. 100%. He was the leader of a gang.
And what about Chris Paul's leadership?
He had a smile, and he had a smile to make you think that he was this nice guy when in reality he wasn't. He was all about the drama.
So he was sneaky.
Yeah. And he got his crew to buy in to do his dirty work. That's a fantastic.
That's the art of war.
Yeah, I'm not doubting he was a great leader, but the idea that if the reason Isaiah is better than Chris Paul is leadership, then I'd have to ask you why Chris Paul isn't a great leader to you.
I never questioned whether or not Chris Paul was a great leader. I think he was a damn good leader. I think he was made of glass.
Mr. GQ, I'd love an explanation on why Chris Paul's not a great leader. And I'm sure you're going to bring up in some capacity choking in the playoffs. And then I'm going to tell you, shut up.
Zip it.
Damn, Mars, that's how the conversation going to go.
Shut up.
Just to save the time of everyone. Yeah.
Almighty Lambo said, ox capping. He said you was cooked food, Dale.
Facts. I heard
Dale,
that.
if you're
That's
out
good.
here, that is what
I
he said.
said I would cook Dale, but I didn't say he was easy work. I also put in the chat that Dale is nasty. He got game, but I will bust Dale ass, and it's just really all there is to it. Like that's the story that's not getting enough talk about, Brian, is the fact that I would torture Dale. And I don't like the way he came up here and tried to duck it and called out Damo. Type of hooper is you. I'm catching up with Dale this summer. Stamp that.
We need that live.
And you will get the footage. I'm not playing nobody. I'm not playing nobody on the platform or anybody that y'all might know from any other platform unless it's live streamed. No edits.
Mm-hmm. Prince Liger said, "What's good, Ron? You my nigga. Chill, Indamo. Please don't let Jaylen talk about football again because his Patrick Mahomes takes are crazy."
He was wild with that. He was.
Jaylen a casual.
He is, yo. When it comes to that, yes, he is. And I hate that word, casual.
Dave 100 times said, "Where's PJ Tucker?"
Probably in a retirement home. He's 70 years old, right? According to Tyler.
Last super chat of the day. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Sam got it. He said, "Does being a versatile scorer automatically make you a better scorer? Was in a debate with my friend about this. I don't think it does."
I don't think it does either.
Automatically, no.
I don't think it does at all. I think Shaquille O'Neal's a better scorer than a lot of guards that do a whole bunch of dribbling.
Yeah, Shaq is like the go-to, but yeah, automatically no. But if they're close in terms of like their production and the impact of their scoring, I'd argue the one who's more versatile is harder to slow down in terms of game planning. But that doesn't apply in every situation. That's why I said it's a case-by-case basis. There's not like one rule of thumb. It's a case-by-case basis.
LeBron James just broke the scoring record. The dude who he jumped had one move. Stop this and you stop me. He played for 20 years. It's that simple.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. We have Open Gym right now. So leave here, like the video on the way out. Go over there, like the video on the way in.
Later. Chill Will. Barry B.